Chapter 141 Both Hemispheres. Orcs reappear. 2 more. I found 2 in such a short time. Did you find the other hemisphere? Chen Mo asked again. This detector is not cheap. It is impossible to play around with the Temple of Heaven. It's worth being a little careful with this development. He invested a lot of resources in the fortress. The portal is still under construction here, as well as the giant equatorial steering gravitational core. They are all expensive guys. If you are found by the Temple of Heaven, the fun will be great. There is no owner yet, we will look for it immediately. But judging from the arrangement angle of these 2 detectors and the traces on the scene, it is unlikely that there will be detectors on the other side. We got rid of Miss Fox and calculated that this probe was most likely launched by the staying warship. But at that time, there was not enough time, and the position where he stayed could not directly shoot the planet to the back. Quote. But to be on the safe side, we're going to do a very detailed inspection. Please don't worry, Master. The 2 sisters couldn't help but get serious. From the look on his face, he looked a little worried. The Master is backed by a powerful civilization, so naturally he is not afraid. But just using the fortress as a battlefield is also a very troublesome thing. After all, it is the Temple of Heaven. Don't worry, the Temple of Heaven has been here once last time. If you can come here again blatantly, then those people in the Federation, just wait to die. 29 inches is no longer a job that can be fooled. Chen Mo said with certainty. The Star Soul world is very concerned about the movements of any hostile forces. What's more, Chen Mo reported the situation here to the Federation immediately. The answer given above is, no need to worry. There will be no individuals who exceed the allowable strength. With this guarantee, Chen Mo can rest assured. Do it boldly. At the same time, this also means that if there is a real danger, it must be within the scope. It will be considered as a factor that can appear in the game. After contacting the Federation, Chen Mo checked the positions of the 2 detectors again. One left and one right, the 2 detectors are 500 kilometers apart, deeply embedded in the ground. Both have bionic shells that block magical energy. Generally speaking, this kind of detector will not be discovered after the Temple of Heaven is destroyed. After all, a detector is only 1 meter in diameter. Hidden in the ground of an entire planet is tantamount to looking for a needle in a haystack. But Chen Mo got one by chance. Retargeted search, coupled with powerful detection capabilities, will naturally gain something. Infection, parasitic these 2 detectors and see what news is inside. Chen Mo ordered. The next moment, the creep of the ground surged. Mushroom hyphae are much faster than living organisms for parasitic infection of dead objects. In particular, this kind of detector itself is not particularly high-end except for its exotic materials, which is similar to the magic heart. So after 10 minutes, Chen Mo has successfully controlled the detector. Check the data inside. Sure enough, it was similar to what Chen Mo guessed, that is, passive monitoring of the surroundings. The main thing is to detect the recording position. It can also continuously record various detailed data according to changes in sound, magic energy, vibration, etc. This thing was originally designed to be installed in large organisms. Used in the interior of the planet, it has little meaning, and is more like a temporary intention. Without the detector, the other party will no longer be able to obtain the detailed location of the fortress. Of course, at the moment, they can still send over immediately. However, when the 2 sisters found the detector, they needed a very close distance, and they had to be close to confirm. So over at the Temple of Heaven, you should also know that your detector has been discovered. My recent renovation information on the fortress must have leaked a lot to the Temple of Heaven. Chen Mo analyzes it carefully. The role of intelligence analysis should not be underestimated. Just by relying on the changes in planetary vibrations and magical energy, they can roughly infer the changes of the entire planet. What's more, there is the existence of mermaids, which can allow the Temple of Heaven to directly link the affairs here with the information of the ocean world. Speaking of which, the Temple of Heaven and I are really destined. The 2 indigenous civilizations that the other party was optimistic about fell into my hands. They took only 1 child of the orc world, and I got their technology. At this time, the detectors in their 2 places fell into my hands again. Quote. I don't know what their expressions are at the moment. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. As for the revenge of the Temple of Heaven. Looking at the fortress, which had grown 3 tentacles, Chen Mo looked forward to it. If the other party dares to come and deliver food, Chen Mo will dare to eat it. Within the limits allowed by the Federation, there is nothing he can't beat. Anyway, the enemy in the next stage is likely to be them. Warming up in advance is also good. It would be best to be able to access their genes. If the son of the orc world comes back, the fun will be even greater. Chen Mo thought. Holy Terra. Inside the manor, Chen Mo enjoyed the delicious pastries made by the mermaid. Check out the trading platform. Looking at the income of more than 200 million yuan, I feel happy. This kind of gathering sand into a tower always has the feeling of income, which is still very good. The planet he occupied was basically mining or fishing at this time. This can provide him with continuous and stable income. Listed tiburium ore, 10 pieces, green quality. Unit price, 1 million pieces. After thinking about it, Chen Mo listed green ore on the trading platform again. The green grade is too low, similar to the top magic crystal. This type, Chen Mo is well stocked. And the blue ore did not expect at the beginning, so much can be collected. As the queen said, it can't hold it. The proceeds free up space for placing blue ore. At the same time, seize the time to build more special warehouses for storage. Of course, Chen Mo's unremarkable operation is naturally a surprise in the eyes of him and the newcomers. They are still at the level of mining magic crystals. And here in Chen Mo, the green form of tiburium ore has already disliked occupying space. So far, Chen Mo has sold more than 33 billion goods. Most of them are magic crystals, followed by ordinary metal ores. The least is food. Yes, the most popular game ingredients at the beginning made the least money. It's not that the ingredients are not easy to sell, but the quantity is not enough. Ordinary ore is cheap, but you can just dig it. Enough. But the food is not to say that you can have it. In fact, Chen Mo has stopped listing wild ingredients since the day before yesterday. If they continue to kill, the planetary species will become extinct. Can't make it. The same is true for most of the other newcomers. Since the competition has been going on, different planets have formed their own ways of making money. -723 Some newcomers have begun to set foot in production and manufacturing, secondary processing of resources. Chen Mo saw that there were still people who had already started selling livestock. Deep and damp ground. The two sisters walked quickly through the passage opened by the creep. Stop. It feels like there's something in here. With her feet slightly off the ground, Irene, who was flying fast, suddenly stopped. I sense it, and the magic eye also has feedback. It's here. Ellie and Irene held hands, and the perception between the two sisters was extremely strong. With the help of her sister's predictive ability and her own perception, her sister Ellie reached out and grabbed. Rock formations were excavated. I saw a hollow suddenly appear. Inside is a spherical detector. There is actually a detector on this end. It wasn't a spacecraft launch. Aaron's eyes narrowed. Look around now. Claw marks on the ground, and extremely tiny hair. It's orcs, the son of the world who betrayed his own race. Immediately, the two sisters made a judgment. For the orcs, although the two of them are not familiar with each other. But heard too much. After all, it is the most optimistic civilized race in the entire planet, the Temple of Heaven. That said, this was their plan from the beginning. Do they still want to come back here? Humph. If you dare to come, I will kill him first. Those who are enemies of the master should be damned. On Ellie's delicate face, evil spirits rose. Just at this time, the detector in front of the sisters moved slightly, and a screen of light projected out. Chapter 142 Two Angry Sisters. Meet everyone. 3 more. Hey. It's tiburium ore. Looking at the goods sold on the trading platform, Wang Yifeng was shocked. It's coming. It's coming. God, Chen Mo's speed is so fast, it must be those mermaids. I knew it. He couldn't help but regret that his bowels were blue. When he first attacked the ocean planet first, maybe these are all his. Remorse. Fortunately, it's only in green form. One of the lowest value. Blue tiburium ore is not so easy to mine, and the quantity is very rare. The green forms add up to only more than 10 million. He couldn't help comforting himself. But at the same time, he wondered in his heart, Chen Mo sold the tiburium ore, couldn't he use it? Impossible. He clearly should have a battleship, although it is not very advanced, but because of this, isn't it inseparable from the cheapest and practical energy? Tiburium is the most suitable choice for warships. Not only Wang Yifeng, but everyone was also shocked. The magic crystal in the scumbag's hand suddenly doesn't smell good. Chen Mo, the boss is awesome. The only planet with tiburium ore, is this a dowry attached to the mermaid? I'm so envious. Damn, your mermaid sells nuclear bombs. Don't be envious. I'll give you a chance. You don't get hit. Many people have entered the ocean planet before, and they all came back empty-handed. If Chenmo hadn't occupied the place, I would be sure to kill the ocean planet now. Every piece of tiberium is the cry of thousands of miners. Chenmo is really inhuman. Mermaids are not human for this kind of work. There are pros and cons. Let's have a chain reaction, and the entire ocean world will be blown up, believe it or not. Upstairs, Cho, you thought it was from the Temple of Heaven, but you're wearing it right. How rich is Chenmo? I really want to know. However, did he sell tiberium because there were no warships at all? Yeah, last time, Hu Han said about warships, he was as fierce as a tiger in his analysis. Rumors are self-defeating. Some idiots were scared out of their minds, looking for reasons for their incompetence. Human nature, it's not surprising. The newcomer area is lively. Unbeknownst to Chenmo, the act of clearing the inventory by himself caused everyone to quarrel over the rumors of the battleship. The depths of the fortress. There was a hoarse sneer. It's you again. BCH. You don't even need to take refuge in the slave owners, you still dare to touch my things. Sooner or later, you and that ugly slave master will be killed. The loud sound caused the detectors to vibrate slightly. On the light curtain, a Fang orc, with a cold light in his eyes, almost overflowed the screen with killing intent. On this side of the screen, the two sisters were not afraid. Beastman, it's you, the child of the world who betrayed his own race. Humph. Compared with us, you are the real worst, dog of the Temple of Heaven. Do you have any courage left? Talking nonsense here through the screen. Dare to insult my master, you are courting death. When we invade the Tiantian Temple starfield, we will take you and the evil Tiantian Temple with the planet and burn them to ashes together. Erin snorted coldly. A cold light flashed in her eyes, and at the same time, with a thought, she immediately contacted the master. At the other end, Chenmo, who heard the news, was stunned, and then put down the food in his hand. Good guy, actually came to the door. Do you really think I can't come down the cable and chop you? As soon as his mind moved, he immediately manipulated the creep, trying to steal the information. This time, with the blessing of his star soul, and the fact that he is already familiar with the road, the speed is extremely fast. The next moment, there was a surging creep, which invaded the inside of the detector. Infection control. Getting information. If you can get the location information of the other party, that's fine. Although I can't do it to the other party, I can get a lot of money by selling this information to the Federation. I'm lucky, if the information provided plays an important role, and I can still get the attention of the federal government, then I will make a lot of money, at least one. Knowledge can't escape. Chenmo's eyes flashed. This was the first time he had truly lined up with the Temple of Heaven. But the other party is his old opponent. The orcs needn't say much. The Golden Man should be the captain of the stealth-class battleship back then, depending on his clothes and saber style. It seems that these guys are still working together. Haven't returned to the lair of the Temple of Heaven, or have the supplies completed and are performing some kind of mission. Between thoughts flashing, Chenmo has infected and manipulated the entire probe. Hacking succeeded. However, the communication method of the detector cannot be reversed to calculate the position. Unable to track. This is a means of communication similar to resonance, which is more measurable than conscious disturbances. Unless a super large equipment is brought in, otherwise, the star god must be used to make predictions with great effort. But this is obviously impossible. Pity. You can't get it outside. Forget it. Chenmo couldn't help but be disappointed. But just when Chenmo was about to let the two sisters stop talking, This message is. The other party repeatedly confirmed the location here. And activated the active detection device. Extremely weak active magic detection. This roughly probes the surrounding spatial and topographical structures. The other party covered up this faint energy fluctuation by activating the light curtain dialogue. And through words, angered the two sisters, and further covered up this behavior. This series of operations can only draw one conclusion. The other party must forcibly open the transmission. Extremely small teleportation, so it can be done very quickly. The teleportation coordinates should be right around the detector, and the deviation should not exceed 50 meters. For a moment, Chenmo made a judgment. But the other party doesn't know. I can make a silent, fast parasitic detector. Their self-concealed plans are useless in front of me. Realize this. Chenmo couldn't help but smile. On the surface it is. The people in the Temple of Heaven are in the dark, so they can do things in secret. In fact, it is streaking. For Chen Mo, the situation is not a small one, but a great one. Originally, I said that I couldn't get the information, and I was very disappointed, but now, the other party directly smashed a big gift package. The rhythm of sending people 1,000 miles away. When the other party came over, I just happened to meet him. He was thick and long, a big guy. You must come here. Brave, be a little bit, be braver. Chen Mo couldn't help cheering on the other side. But he didn't understand a little bit. The other party was so sure, wouldn't the powerhouses in the Star Soul world interfere? After all, he is the first genius of the rookie zone. Receive special attention from the Commonwealth. But after thinking about it, he felt that he was a stereotype. From the perspective of the other party, you will feel. A planet is randomly selected for action. It is only newcomers to face. Even newcomers don't have to face each other, they just need to face a small part of each other and settle down. There are countless ordinary newcomers in the Star Soul world. How is it possible to meet the strongest? Taking 1,000 steps back. They won't know how strong Chen Mo is. Instead, it will be estimated according to the strength of ordinary newcomers. Even if you make a bold estimate, no matter how strong you are, you will die at the level of a child of the world. Of course, there may be some that Chen Mo doesn't know why. Or does the other party have a reason to do so? Just because you want to teach me a lesson? Does it match? Haha. The power of the Temple of Heaven is not something you can imagine. Ignorance. Oh ants, it's really sad. Facing the ridicule of the mermaid sisters, the son of the orc world laughed instead of anger. You know what? I used to be as ignorant as you were. Until I went to the Temple of Heaven, I have now come into contact with the truth, and the Temple of Heaven gave me rebirth. At this moment, I am already standing on a higher platform, and I can look down on you poor bastards. I am already the complete me, powerful, capable of turning the sky, Zhao Lihao, and the earth. You are also worthy of struggling on the surface of the sea of ignorance. Including the so-called cosmic slave master, I will let them know that such an arrogant title will have to pay a price. My only orcs will take revenge like them. Quote. Especially you, and your slave owners who are hiding behind and manipulating tentacles. I'm going to smash you into flesh, and seeing your disgusting appearance makes me disgusted. The son of the orc world also made a retching action. It's not that he's doing it. His aesthetics are consistent with that of the Heavenly Temple, which is exactly the opposite of the Star Soul world. Basically what they think is disgusting, is good here. Interesting, the way Star Soul world trains slaves is really outstanding. But that's the end of it. Another icy voice said. A man in golden armor walked into the camera. Golden man. It belongs to the Temple of Heaven, Commander. I laughed at this, planet space magic device. Saying that, he grabbed it in the air. A terrifying force advances, brother. For a moment, the entire screen was torn apart, and the detector was split in half directly from the middle. It looks like it's coming out of the screen. Rip space. Chapter 143. I will call you father, do you dare to agree? One more. The ants. Quadruple A. I'm here. Do you dare to repeat what you just said? The son of the orc world crossed the rift in space. The sound grew louder. By the time the last word was spoken, he had fully appeared. Moment. All surrounding creeps are instantly reduced to ashes. Flames flashed across the entire underground passage. All the way to the surface. A green-skinned engineer who was about to enter, slammed his head into the pillar of fire. Boom. A soft sound. The entire body turned into flames and was directly washed away. Do not talk nonsense. Quick fight. The golden man held on to the space crack, and because of his distracted speech, the crack instantly shrank by more than half. Fortunately, he slammed, forcibly stopped. Maintaining this rift is a huge burden for him. This still relies on the power of the battleship itself. If it was just himself, he wouldn't even be able to locate this place. As for opening the fissure, it is even more impossible. He doesn't have that power yet. But it is precisely because he does not have that strength, it is convenient to do things. They are not vegetarians, and they naturally have the means to detect the Star Soul world. The strength is low and to a certain extent, it will not trigger the Star Soul world invasion alarm. They disguise themselves as children of the world, or cosmic beings, and they could move freely in this area. Yes, that's right. The reason why they are so skilled and dare to be so sure, this is not the first time they have done this. 733. Just now, they had secretly gone to another world. Before the enemy can react. Do it again now. And this time, it wasn't them. There are many more teams. They are also attacking. This time, it was their test of the Star Soul world, an inconspicuous part of countless battlefields. If it works well, it will continue to expand in the future. They belong to the invasion squad, specializing in activities inside the Star Soul world. The main purpose is to collect the technologies of various Star Soul worlds, or find ways to bribe and kidnap their members in order to gain intelligence. Only the most professionally trained, most talented people, and those who have deep hatred for the Star Soul world, to be selected for their team. They are elite. Be fearless. Good. Give me a minute. The son of the orc world heard the voice behind him and nodded immediately. Then he looked at the two ugly mermaids in front of him. Grim smile. 5 seconds, give you a chance. Through the rift, you are your own. Otherwise, and buried with you foolish slave owners. The voice did not fall. The children of the world have raised their strength to the limit. Beyond the legendary elementary, intermediate, straight to the top. This is already the level of being able to look directly at a demigod. On the platform of the Temple of Heaven, his talent was fully released, and his strength improved by leaps and bounds. For special operations, there are also resource tilts above. This makes the strength of the son of the orc world enough to suppress any new slave owner. Naturally, it also includes the ordinary children of the world who take refuge in each other. This is also where his confidence lies. This action, he will finish within a minute. Neat. At the same time, when recruiting the mermaid, the son of the orc world was not idle either. His terrifying power advanced, and the crust of the earth shook. However, unlike what he had imagined, this planet was actually much stronger. However, with the help of the power burst, he quickly located 2 other areas of spatial disturbance. A very strong, naturally mysterious planet passage. Another place is some kind of mysterious altar under construction. Maybe a teleporter. In this device, the core components are self-contained and can be snatched. Their goal is this. This is definitely a high-end magic device in the Star Soul world. Very valuable. They came through Lizardosaurus, accidentally discovered. Immediately compared, it was found that this planet also has it. 2 planets, 1 each. This is just the right pair. Ah, it's a pity that the beast is too stupid. If it attacks the teleportation base from the beginning, the slave owner will definitely protect it with all his strength, then the initiative will be in its hands. A beast is a beast, no matter how powerful it is, it can't be used, but it just happens to be cheaper for me. Such a powerful magical device, I'll bring you. This time, they deliberately borrowed a powerful space ring. Victory. It's a pity that the slave owner is not here, or else he will die. I didn't draw lots to go to the ocean planet to perform the mission, or detonate the tiburium ore, and it will also cause heavy damage to the other party. The child of the world thought with some regret. However, the child of the world at this time did not notice that the crack behind him was shrinking rapidly. The golden man blushed, fighting against the shrinking crack with all his strength. He has no spare energy to speak. Nor could it remind the children of the orc world. For some reason, there is a powerful force against him. CJCE. He can't stand it anymore. It seems that the whole world is blocking this channel. Damn it. It is the will of the planet. The will of this planet is stronger than he imagined. Newcomer area. FK. I found a child of the world. The other party rushed at me. The other party's breath is so strong. It's not like an ordinary child of the world. Suddenly, a person named Wang Shu spoke up in the newcomer area. A series of exclamation marks. Let his message be noticed. Not only that, he also uploaded the news to the Chen Mo observation post. Brothers, come and persuade the son of this world to surrender. What a great opportunity. I'll send someone up here to stop it first. The masters who want to accept the younger brother, hurry up. I have auctioned the coordinates, and the one with the highest price will get it. He immediately issued an invitation. For fear that the masters would not know, he also, the top 10 people in the new district one after another. Even Chen Mo, he said it. Because Chen Mo added a friend, please eat that one, it counts. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Brilliant, there is still a child of the world now. My dear, isn't the child of the world dead? This isn't from Chen Mo, is it? Wang Shu, you made it clear, there is no picture, no truth, and you posted a few meanings in the observation post. This is for everyone to share, not for you to make money. Pharaoh, I won't kick you this time, and I won't be an example next time. Wang Yifeng said directly. Immediately he was in the newcomer area and directly, Wang Shu. Pharaoh, give me the coordinates, 1 million will be yours. Is she the son of the beauty world? If yes, please let her come to our place, Fang. The 8th in the newcomer list, a super consortium, come here to eat only the sweets and not the hardships. Li Long. I give 2 million, and the coordinates are only given to me. Lu Fan. Ah.my people are about to break through. Son of the world, no bullshit, you are still fighting for this, it's okay to have a bit of a pattern. Pharaoh, speak clearly, can you? Pharaoh, damn, why is this guy suddenly not talking? Wouldn't he be killed? Impossible, the children of the world are more rational, and it is impossible to be so violent. Pharaoh, the way, I was caught by the son of this world, but fortunately I begged so hard that I was almost killed. Now the other party is leading me and let me lead the way to the ocean planet. Ha ha ha, I'm not going to die, I will have good luck. At Chen Mo boss. Big brother, I brought a son of the world here, what you said before, does it count? I'm going to invite the boss to dinner later, and then ask to add a friend. Lao Wang burst out laughing in the newcomer area. Isn't that better than making 2 million? Although he doesn't like Chen Mo very much, but one day, he can become a good friend of Chen Mo. He is directly ecstatic. Alas, living a life that I hate. Damn it, another child of the trash world rushing to take refuge with Chen Mo. FK, bad luck. No, old man, UFG scolded people yesterday, and you licked them today. One bite, one big guy, you can just call dad directly. He wants to call this dad, but Chen Mo might not be happy. Yeah, it's useful if you call it, I called it 10,000 times on the spot. Chen Mo, come out, I will call you daddy, do you dare to agree? For a time, the newcomer area began to lose shape. Looking at this conversation, Wang Yifeng was annoyed, but also moved in his heart. Head to the SeaWorld entrance now. Not only him. Many talented newcomers, as long as they have ideas, will send their staff one after another. Intercept on the road. Chapter 144 Pharaoh's sudden death. Close the door and beat the dog. Frightened everyone. 2 more. No pictures, no truth, right. Okay, the picture you want is here. In the newcomer area, Wang Shu uploaded a picture. I saw him being carried. Flying, going fast towards the ocean planet. In his heart, he was very proud. Although the son of this world looks murderous, it doesn't matter, he can take advantage, just do it. The other party is just a dog. Fierce as fierce. For him, too lazy to care. At this time, he had already imagined that after becoming Chen Mo's friend, there would be many conveniences. One of them is being able to connect with Chen Mo. Not to mention anything else, just this point, the new people area, who can do it, besides Luo Bing, who else? Sure enough, as he expected, this picture out. The popularity of the newcomer area has reached a new level. Damn it, Wang Shu, you shit can be lucky. This is so awesome. Brother Shu, aren't you Chen Mo's friend in a few minutes? Cow, the only one who is serious enough to be qualified as a friend of Chen Mo by his ability. Indeed, let's not talk about Luo Bing. The other two, one Lu Fan and one Li Long, are all pretending to be unreliable and getting X, and I guess they don't have the embarrassment to add Chen Mo as a friend. Brother Shu, I admire you, this lucky little brother. Add a friend, I am developing a main star here and planting various delicious fruits. Brother Shu can often come to play, eat grapes, and drink coconut milk. I want to be friends with brother. Brother Shu is a friend of Chen Mo, and I am a friend of Brother Shu. If you round it up, then I am also a friend of Brother Shu. Brothers, don't worry, I haven't added it yet, and it also depends on the mood of Mr. Chen Mo. I really don't have to add it. It's good. Looking at the photos, Brother Shu is very hard, and he was beaten by the child of the world. Looking at this, it's not too much to add a friend. Indeed, Brother Shu has no credit and hard work. Brother Bo Shu is really nothing to be black, and it's unreasonable that Chen Mo's reward is not in place. Shaw, I'm envious, this wave is entering the ocean planet with integrity. There are a lot of mermaids in it, right? There's a fart, all the good-looking ones were taken to Terra by Chen Mo. Everyone in the newcomer area spoke up. Of course, there are also unpleasant ones. What a fool, add a friend, it's like chasing after a goddess, and it's not disgusting. I'll just say one thing. Anyone with Chen Mo's enthusiasm will not end well. I pulled out Wang Shu's previous remarks, and this guy is a jerk. Chen Mo Heitzi opened his mouth and closed his mouth every day, even if the other party couldn't, he liked to sow discord. Chen Mo has the battleship thing, it seems like he just spread the rumor. Wall grass, disgusting thing. Hee hee, I hope he is blocked at the door and can't get in. Many people are mad at Wang Shu. I think his behavior is a shameless garbage. It's okay not to meet. If we really meet. Seeing his previous remarks, Chen Mo was in a bad mood, and he might let the son of the world slap him to death with a backhand. At least have to eat a closed door. Just be envious and jealous. Mr. Chen Mo hasn't said anything yet. Are you trying to force me here? FK, you guys are shameless. How dare you send someone to stop you? I want to expose you. Don't think that being rich is great. Dare to be the enemy of Chen Mo boss. Wang Shu was furious. However, next, he didn't send any more messages. In the newcomer area, everyone waiting for Melon suddenly became quiet. Quote. Brother Wang, FK, dead, my friend column, Wang Shu's profile picture has turned gray. Everyone, look at the announcement, a man named Wang Shu died. For a time, the whole newcomer area exploded. FK, who is so cruel? Wang Shu is really rubbish, but in order to prevent Chen Mo from getting the child of the world, it's too much to kill him halfway. Hee hee, Wang Yifeng, what are you doing? Stop talking. Wang Shu hinted that it was done by rich people, and the most suspects are Wang Yifeng, Lu Fan and others. FK, what's up with me? Wang Yifeng was angry. He did send someone to stop the entrance of the ocean planet. But he didn't kill people. I believe that it was not killed by other people. This is completely useless, and they don't need to do it. And to kill someone at the hands of the children of the world, how could it be that simple? Although he has accumulated a lot of strength, he is not so inflated. This inexplicable black pot directly smeared his face. Bad luck. Vaguely, he also felt that something was wrong. Be careful, said the soldier on the side. A newcomer in the top 1,000 who said he died would die. Was it the son of the world who killed it? It doesn't make sense. If you want to kill, wouldn't it be better if you meet and kill directly? Now it's getting noticed. And he so blatantly killed the newcomer and hid under Chen Mo's hands, and there was no good fruit to eat. The people of the Star Soul world are not something that these slaves can deliberately provoke. Wang Yifeng and many others, newcomers who want to cut the beard don't know that. They dared to guess, and they were right. The son of the world killed Wang Shu. The reason is also very simple. He is also a member of the Tianshan Temple infiltration operation. Powerful and invincible at the same level. Just pretending to be the son of the native world. Wang Shu was too impatient. After thoroughly knowing the location of the ocean planet, when you can already vaguely perceive that channel, he couldn't wait, and hit the killer. Shaking violently, he made that disgusting and ugly slave owner into a rain of blood. But this blow has not extinguished the fire of hatred in my heart. Instead, it burned more and more vigorously. It's just interest. Slave owners of damn it, I will definitely destroy you. You destroy my homeland, and I retaliate. His face was twisted and healed. Because of the ocean planet's probe, Chen Mo took it to another planet. There was no probe positioning, so he had to teleport from other planets and find a way to go to the ocean planet. Take a detour and act in the occupied area of the Star Soul world. Is extremely dangerous. A little careless is a sudden death. But this time, extra luck. It's only been half a minute before I found the entrance. The gods really favored me. This infiltration mission will be a great success. Hey, there are still a few slave owners' servants here. It's just on my way forward, and there are still people at the entrance, which just makes me feel good. With a wicked smile, the members of the Tianshan Temple infiltration team burned with flames all over their bodies. Boom. The next moment, the surrounding ground was toasted and cracked. The terrifying high temperature began to melt the ground. The clouds were blown away directly. There is no need to hide anymore. Get it done in 30 seconds. He exudes strength and begins to accelerate. With increasing speed, from a distance, it looks like a flaming meteorite. Shocking. Accelerate. Rush. Those who stand in the way, destroy them all. Boom. Boom. A thunderous terrifying loud noise was getting closer and closer. Wang Yifeng was stunned. This sound is. The next moment, a flash of fire appeared on the horizon. It's the Temple of Heaven. Run. The next moment, the military division was directly blown up. He came down from the front line, and he is too familiar with this. The military division took Wang Yifeng and ran wildly. Everyone at the scene was discussing how to cut the beard. He was dumbfounded by this voice. Run. What are you going to do with him? For a time, the scene is chaotic. At this time, the meteorite also crashed directly into the crowd and rushed straight into the passage. Holy Terra! The star soul in Chen Mo's hand exudes a strong light. He looked relaxed. We are competing with the team leader of the Temple of Heaven. Across an unknown distance, the strength of the two people acted on the crack. Once the space rift is closed, the Temple of Heaven can no longer locate here. The sun of the orc world, that is, the camp in the urn. Close the door and beat the dog. Huh, what kind of luck is this? Is there one here too? Don't you really like my teleportation base? Chen Mo, who was about to kill him, made a move. His face became strange. Ocean Planet also came an uninvited guest. At Chapter 145 auto-generated chapter title. 3 more ask for subscription. Chapter 145 I think about the force field, activate. Planetary spray. Some little trouble, I am in that world, but there is no big guy available. Using the global defense system constructed by light prism mushrooms, of course. But I can't do an instant kill. It's too late to temporarily set up traps. The opponent's struggle during this period of time will bring me a lot of losses. At least the underground tiberium ore probably won't be preserved. The teleportation base is protected by a gravitational field and is inherently strong. After all, it is a thing with a cost of up to 50 billion, and its reliability is very good. But tiberium ore can't help it. If you are touched by a high-energy laser, you have to blow up. And one after another, Chen Mo killed the child of the world, but he would also lose at least hundreds of blue tiberium ore. Chen Mo frowned slightly, although he has worked overtime and is building the portal. But the semi-permanent portal is huge. Even if there is a ready-made portal base, the corners cannot be built in a day or two. Especially the power supply device. At present, there is no connection to the parent star, and the first startup requires local energy. And it has to be very strong. 73-7 is currently Chen Mo here, and the object that meets this explosive energy is only tiberium ore. Blue form ore. Only 2 blocks are needed to activate the portal. Of course, just because there is no completed portal doesn't mean it can't be used. There are no absolutes in everything. Try it. If you fail, you will lose some tiberium ore. Chen Mo thought and ordered the greenskins to start. At this point, he already has 2 skill tyrants. There are countless green-skinned engineers. After raising it for so long, it's time to play some role. I think about the force field and activate it. This time, the portal can barely be used. The portal will be successfully opened. Chen Mo said, surely. At the same time, he also activated the light prism mushroom array. He needs to use this to hold the child of the world for a while. He doesn't have to worry about how long and how many seconds. The powerful computing power of the biological brain will be arranged properly. Just wait for the other party. Come in. It is expected to make official contact with the other party in 10 seconds. The current speed of the other party is 5,000 meters per second, and the energy level is the legendary high level. It will take 19 seconds for the portal to open. Considering that the mass of the other party is only 1/10,000th of the cosmic creatures, it is expected that the gravitational core of the ocean planet cannot be used to restrain the opponent's actions, but the fortress can. The simulation prediction accuracy rate is 60%. The biological brain starts to report the situation, and the ruthless computing power machine is activated. With the contact, the collected data increases, and the simulation prediction accuracy rate will increase rapidly. The divine will has given an order. A green-skinned tech tyrant yelled. The sound vibrated and spread to the huge circular construction site with a radius of 10 kilometers. Wait a minute, the portal must be opened. Hurry up and prepare the tiberium ore. The greenskins are naturally convinced. They shouted. Mighty war machine. Start. This time, it is a real collective, against a powerful individual. Magic heart ready. Heart beats once. Push the syringe. Activate the creep in the bloodline. Heart beats twice. Press the button. Pull out the suppressor. Ignite the magic energy. Infuse life. The greenskins shouted loudly. Next moment, huge energy, soaring into the sky. The terrifying radiation caused tiny static glows to appear on the entire 100-kilometer sea surface. It must be possible. The queen looked at this terrifying scene, and it seemed that the next moment, the tiberium ore that was stimulated to extract energy would go out of control. Then, with a bang, a huge amount of energy came out and turned into a mushroom cloud. But she firmly believes that this will not happen. The reason is simple. Because, the master said that it can be successful. Ocean planet passage. Run. Boom. Comment. There was a constant slight cracking sound. Each beep means that a person dies. Turn to ashes. Many people didn't even make a sound. No, my ninth order powerhouse. Go for it. My strongest combat power was instantly smashed. Many newcomers exclaimed. This time, I came here to cut the beard, and I directly burned myself. This is not an ordinary child of the world at all. It's too strong. Wang Yifeng, who ran farther away, broke out in a cold sweat. As quick as him, he just lost some of his men. Those who run slowly are silent and melt under the raging flames. The worst is even hit directly by the impact, and no ash is left behind. Phew. Fortunately, the other party didn't chase after him. Wang Yifeng breathed a sigh of relief. The little life was finally saved. Although the loss of his subordinates made his heart ache. This time, in order to travel fast and show his strength in front of the world's sun, he brought all the elites. No one paid any attention to it, just like a locomotive, it hit it directly. FK, where did this BD come to surrender? It's clearly killing. Aside, Li Long was furious. All his clothes were burnt. I was so close just now. If I hadn't sacrificed their lives to fight hard, I would have been at least 3 minutes cooked. Yeah, very wrong. Is this here to find fault? Could it be that it was attracted by Tiberium or like the last giant beast? Probably. Alas, it's a sin. Chenmo has a good time. It's fortunate that he sold some before, or else it would be worthless. When you say that, I feel a lot better. After all, Chenmo loses even more. Brothers, hurry up. The opportunity is here. Follow the child of the world, and rush. Come on, the child of this world can break through the blockade of the light prism mushroom. What the hell? Really rushed in. For a time, everyone was dumbfounded. I saw a terrifying light at the entrance of the passage, like a giant energy spout. But that's it, the children of the world are not afraid. Hit it head on. With this terrifying high energy beam, the child of the world suddenly slowed down. But he was not vaporized, nor fell. The armor on his body was even intact. Ah, a very strong slave owner. Actually gathered so many weapons, sending out a power comparable to a legend. But unfortunately, the passage is too short. You don't have enough time. This damage can't break my defense. The son of the world raised his brows and moved forward step by step. Hard against high energy beams. His defense is very strong. Before the shield was broken, he rushed into the channel and fell into the sea, and the opponent would have no way to take him. In other words, it will greatly reduce the power of the beam. At that time, at most, heat the water and give him a bath. The red high-energy beam hit the shield in front of the child of the world, and rushed out from both sides. For a time, the beam of light at the channel mouth suddenly became larger because there was an object blocking it. Boom! Terrible energy continuously sputtered on the wall of the planet passage, and then rushed out. At this point, the entire channel is like a huge rocket nozzle. And as the child of the world moves, the direction keeps swaying. The beam sputtered out, and the irradiated area in the distance instantly turned to ashes. There are people who return to pick up the equipment, and they evaporate directly in place. The magic equipment in their hands turned into a metallic liquid before they landed. This horrible scene. The newcomers were stunned. Hey, what kind of monster attack is this? God reminds me of planetary steering thrusters. Yeah, this vent is simply outrageous, and the beams emitted melted even the mountain peaks 200 or 300 kilometers away. You said that the other end is the main gun of the battleship, I believe it. If it weren't for the special channel of the planet, this terrifying power can directly push the planet. The one upstairs is embarrassed. This should be some kind of high-energy weapon array, and it's not that a cannon is so strong. Really 2.4 if it's a cannon, the child of this world can't be scared to pee, just turn around and run. Hey, what a terrifying power. In short, Chenmo is doing his best. It's useless, the son of this world is not easy, and he dares to rush in, which shows that he is sure to win. Yes, the other party is obviously prepared. The big boss Chenmo is in danger now. Different from the shock of the crowd. Chenmo has seen this kind of scene many times. And wait, there are even bigger ones. Has formal contact with the target. The current opponent's speed is 3 meters per second. The energy level is the pinnacle of legend. It is expected that the other party will pass through the channel in 10 seconds. There are 9 seconds left in the time it takes for the portal to open. The simulation prediction accuracy rate is 90%. This is the benefit of the biological brain. Everything is under control. Chenmo has even seen results. He couldn't help but look forward to it. When the other party comes in and sees the scene inside the portal, what will their expression be? At the same time, on the Bastion's side, the portal is also operating in the same way. Chapter 146 Give Up Treatment. Son of the World with Numb Scalp. One more. Chenmo, your ocean planet is about to be attacked, be careful. The other party is very powerful. Don't let the other party in. Luo Bing saw the movement in the newcomer area and immediately contacted Chenmo. Try the video. No, the response seems to be inaction. But this time, the loss is doomed. Alas. Luo Bing couldn't help sighing. It's a pity. Ocean Planet has the blessing of mermaids, which is definitely the most valuable in the entire competition area. A planet. In terms of short-term benefits, there are tiberium ore. In terms of long-term benefits, there are high-quality fishery resources. But if tiberium ore is detonated on a large scale because of the battle, then the entire planet, for a long time, even, it may be permanently polluted. The value is directly reset to zero. She also sent an angel to watch the battle at the entrance of the planet. Seeing that the entire mountain range was washed away, it looked like the nozzle of a huge torch, her eyes widened. Okay, so big. It's crazy. Luo Bing couldn't help muttering to himself. Not only Chen Mo, but his opponent, the child of the strange world, was also crazy. He didn't even have the slightest temptation, he was wearing a terrifying energy beam. Charge in. You know, this can kill the child of the world. Unless the other party is very confident. Confident enough to think that he will never encounter a power that can hurt himself. Legendary, peak 29. But the natives do not possibly with this kind of strength, it would be very difficult for a veteran of the world to reach this realm, this is almost a demigod. The more she thought about it, Luo Bing felt that the matter became more solemn. It was very strange. Suddenly, her watch vibrated slightly. Luo Bing has very few friends, except for a few national honeys, there is only Chen Mo. And this point, the only person who will be contacted should be. Luo Bing opened it immediately. A line of information came into view. Sorry, I have a little things have to be dealt with, video later. Seeing Chen Mo's message, Luo Bing couldn't help but stay for a while. He still has time to reply. Get back to me later. Can the battle end so quickly? Or say, gave up the treatment. But for him, losing some tiberium ore doesn't seem to be unacceptable. Damn it, I'm a poor ghost, why do I still worry about the number one genius? Luo Bing couldn't help but be speechless. But when she heard Chen Mo admit that, there's something wrong, Luo Bing was still quite proud. Humph, you are so short, you know when you can't do it. She couldn't help but smile. Alice. Anyway, this is the first time she sees Chen Mo suffering from cancer. It's a bit dark and exciting. Thinking of this, she replied. It's nothing, I just want to comfort someone. By the way, if there is a heartbroken mermaid, I will also take it in. After returning, Luo Bing happily switched to the newcomer area. Keep eating melons. Chen Mo said it was a while, she guessed, it was just to save face. At that time, the inside of the planet is messy, and he will clean it up, and it won't take a day or a half. Ocean Planet. The cosmic channel turned into a planetary engine. The energy splashes freely. Inside the passage, the child of the world, who was enduring all this, sneered. At this time, he has reached the passageway. In a few steps, he was able to leap into the planet. At that time, the sky will be vast, and this weapon will not threaten him at all. That's it, no more tricks. He smiled coldly. If there is no more means, then I will take the things and leave. A ferocious look flashed in his eyes. I secretly estimated the time in my heart. Cannot help but some regrets. In this passage, after wasting time, I can only let the slave owner who is making trouble behind his back. After taking the things and detonating the tiberium ore, you have to leave immediately. The planet cannot be completely destroyed. But the next moment, as we approached the entrance, the viewing angle became wider, and the child of the world couldn't help laughing. No way, he was so lucky. The other party, that foolish slave owner, is he scared and foolish? He went to the doctor in a panic and was forcibly using tiberium ore. At first glance, the child of the world was startled. Thought the portal was about to open. But when the strength reaches this level, the response is extremely fast. General fear can't govern his behavior. He has a will of steel and is professionally trained. So I figured out the situation immediately. In this case, it is almost impossible to activate the portal. And now he's out of luck. Impossible to be so unlucky. Are you kidding? What should I do if I break the magic device? Stop. Not only is he not afraid, the child of the world is also worried. Shout out loud. Whoever sees this will look like that. After all, the equipment that is randomly pulled all over the place. Some are already on fire. Some are smoking black. From time to time, there are also creeps that explode directly because they can't stand the radiation and powerful energy. Blast out a hole. There is something wrong with this proper facility, and it is a sign of a complete collapse. Even the queen panicked when she saw this situation. I was so anxious that my forehead was sweating. Although she believed in her heart, what the master said was right. But reason does not allow her to think so. The current situation. It's really bad, but she can't do anything. Can only look anxious. Heart is very painful, anxious. Aside, the skill Frost is focused and enthusiastic, commanding loudly. There is a force field that expands and spreads rapidly between all the green skins. Greenskins ignore all kinds of problems visible to the naked eye. Keep opening the portal. Portal resonance. Locate the coordinates. Ready to turn on. Next moment. Thorn pull. A loud bang. The queen closed her eyes. Her delicate skin had already sensed the swept electromagnetic pulse in advance. She was ready for the terrible shock wave to come. But the next moment, it sounded, but it was cheers. The queen opened her eyes blankly. What caught my eye was a huge crack. The fissure expanded rapidly, forming a circular channel. Then stabilize. The sight on that end made her heart tremble. This is the master's. So big. She was speechless for a long time. At the entrance of the passage, the child of the world who had just entered the planet had a frozen expression on his face. Eyeballs almost popped out. No, how can this be activated? He couldn't believe his eyes. The teleporters are obviously not installed yet. The equipment in many places, at first glance, is also a temporary patchwork. The most outrageous is that the directly exposed tiburium features 737 stones. Crazy. Is this ore honest? How can it be made without exploding? The probability of this is less than 1 in a million, okay. However, he didn't have time to think about it. Because of the sight on the other end of the portal, his heart stopped beating instantly. What the hell is this? A giant monster floating in the universe. The other end of the portal is actually connected to a planetary warship. The huge tentacles floated in the starry sky, like a silent threat. Of course, it's not the most frightening yet. What surprised him even more was that end. The elite of the infiltration team with him, a legendary orc powerhouse, just rushed out from the ground. He blasted out a big hole and was chasing down a pair of mermaids. And behind him, at the bottom of the big pit, there is a crack that is slowly closing. His point of view, just to see. I saw my commander holding back his strength and trying to open the crack. He is fighting against some invisible force. At this time, the commander also saw the situation here. Startled. Distraction. Then couldn't hold back at all. In the distorted expression of despair, the crack quickly closed. Like a giant beast closing its mouth. Click. Under the space cut, 8 fingers fell to the ground. Seeing this silent and desperate scene, the son of the world's scalp was numb. But at this moment, the legend of the orc race rushed up, but still shouted, "Brother, it's just right, help me." This moment, the child of the world exploded in an instant, and the fear could not be restrained. Run. Now. He only had one thought. Chapter 147 Under the watchful eyes of the master, sublime. 2 more. FK. Really rushed in. Brilliant, worthy of being the son of the strongest world at present. As soon as he entered, the light prism mushroom stopped attacking. It is estimated that a full blow was launched. Instant kill. Chen Mo really didn't hold back. The next moment, the attack dissipated. The new people who were watching outside noticed it for the first time. They have made reasonable judgments. Isn't this the opening of the ocean planet door? Go in and have a blast. Hurry up. Follow the child of the world, and let's do it together. Be careful, brothers, don't go there yourself. Be careful of the tiburium ore explosion. Come on, let's go together. Afraid? Send someone in. It's not for the mermaid, it's just to go in and watch the battle. I also want to help Chen Mo. After all, they are all human beings. It's not for the ore. I'm absolutely righteous. That is, I'm just curious, definitely not to take the opportunity to make some money. Many newcomers were moved and sent their subordinates one after another. Even Luo Bing was also moved. But she was just curious. Go in and see what's inside. Want to see a real battle scene. Chen-mo has been sending so many equipment to the ocean planet, what is he doing? Luo Bing also decided to send an angel. However, it is not yet waiting for the real action. Soon, the son of the world, who rushed in, rushed out again. But posture, make people dumbfounded. No. Let me go. I saw him yelling, and then his body was also sideways, and his entire foot was stretched tight. There seems to be an invisible monster pulling him. That's all. The child of the world who stood in, crawled out, lay on the ground again, and was pulled back. He grabbed the passage with both hands, crazy to catch dazzling Mars. But to no avail. He could only watch himself helplessly as he was pulled into the passage. This scene made the boiling new people pour a pot of cold water from head to toe. The newcomer, who had already rushed to the entrance, shivered all over. Quietly backed away. At this time, the planet passage has no one to guard it. But no one ever mentions it again. Let me go, I am willing to surrender. The children of the world struggled madly. But as soon as he finished speaking, he immediately struck back. Want to destroy Tiberium in order to close the portal. However, people will hesitate, but ruthless computing machines will not. The biological brain is not disturbed by his words. Tricks, useless. Early on, Chen-mo had already predicted the opponent's actions. Even, because the fighting time is getting longer and longer. The accuracy of the simulation prediction has already risen to more than 95%. That is, there are almost no surprises. Unless the children of the world can use force to break the trick. However, facing the gravitational pull of an entire fortress, he still has enough power to attack, which is already very powerful. If you want to use strength to break tricks, you are a demigod, and you have strength. Dare to invade the master's territory. Feel the judgment of truth. Boom. The queen is unpredictable, and she strikes hard. With the pull of the gravitational core, the attack instantly fell on the child of the world. So the child of the world tilted his head, his brain was buzzing, and his attack was interrupted abruptly. Then it was accelerated and pulled towards the portal. It's not over yet. When the child of the world was pulled into the portal more than halfway, the queen struck a calm backhand, actively cut off the transmission. Gotcha. Therefore, on the other end, in the eyes of the son of the orc world, you can see. His companion came over in ecstasy. His companion's face changed greatly and ran away. His mate was dead, pulled over. But not quite there. Space guillotine. Queen's side. It is another scene. The head of the son of the world lost its gravitational pull, and finally became free, accelerated rapidly, and rushed towards the planetary passage. Chen-mo was stunned for this scene. I sigh in my heart, as expected of a powerhouse close to a demigod. There's only one head left, and you can still run. However, the son of the world at this time, the strength is rapidly declining, and he can't run. No, I'm not dead. Who can help me? The temple of heaven must be rewarded. I can't die. I haven't avenged my revenge. The child of the world wailed, his head bounced on the ground twice, and he rolled out of the passage. Outside, seeing the child of the world come out again. The crowd went directly from being scared to urinating. OMG, what the hell is in there? Such a powerful son of the world, in a blink of an eye, is in a state of embarrassment. In a blink of an eye, only the head is left. This is really a headshot. Holy will, unstoppable, great master, grant me strength. The queen took a deep breath and slowly looked at the Tiberium ore. Although the experience just now was only for a moment. But facing the coercion of the legendary powerhouse, it made her more firm in her heart, and she also had new insights. Power is boiling. Casually, she grabbed the half-used Tiberium ore. Boom. Terrifying power splashed out in her hands. Using the mysterious knowledge in the brain, she started the promotion. But the master's will must also be implemented. In the process of pleasing the master, sublime it. Master, please look at me. The queen made up her mind. The will in her heart became more and more condensed. The hard Tiberium ore in my hand also began to melt. But the amazing thing is that the ore didn't get out of control. Instead, more and more power is condensed in the queen's hands. Like a miniature nuclear reactor, like a sun. For the divine will. Kill. Evil god temple lackey, stop struggling. The queen's expression became more and more determined. She rushed out of the passage and caught up with the child of the world. Go away. You are the lackey. I have been loyal to the temple of heaven for decades. This area is our territory, and the slave owners are the invaders. You cosmic tumors, locusts. The child of the world roared wildly. Escape at the same time. Although his power is declining, it is not a mere ninth order, which can be shaken. Immediately rush to the space rift, maybe there is still a chance. Under the watchful eyes of my lord, you still want to run. The queen shook her hand suddenly. The tiburium ore in the hand is directly turned into energy. Boom. The terrifying power caused a circle of electromagnetic storms to erupt directly around her. Crackling. Instant pop. There were many people watching the battle in the distance, and electric currents came out of their bodies, crackling. There were even those with a lot of metal magic energy equipment, and they were shaken by the static electricity that came out. Watching the battle in the sky was even more miserable. It was directly electrocuted and fell from the air. Die. Under the brilliance of the divine will, the evil heretics must be burned to the ground. Now, what the queen holds in her hand is a nuclear bomb. This power, no, how could you? The children of the world are going crazy. He just cut off the whole world, it seems that they are against him. The impossible portal was opened just now, and at this moment, there was a native who he despised, and directly advanced in front of him. This is truly legendary power. The other party is not the child of the world. Why are such stupid and ignorant natives so loyal to that slave owner? Feel the truth. The queen gave a cold drink and directly smashed the sun in her hand into the mouth of the child of the world. Waiting for, well, you will be destroyed in the end. The gods won't let you go. Before the child of the world could finish speaking, it was melted by the blooming light. Tianshan Temple infiltration team members, die. Blooming with the light, there is also the queen herself. She released golden light all over her body. This is the mark to advance to the legend. Originally, she had already accepted the evolution potion and had reached the peak of the ninth order. Now, use the knowledge in the brain, the powerful power of tiburium ore, and the tempering of the legendary peak powerhouse. The queen has advanced. Legendary mermaid queen. The golden light here attracted the attention of everyone present. Congratulations. Congratulations, mother. Congratulations to the queen. Wow, the queen became the first legend to advance naturally. Wait for the golden light to gradually converge. For a time, many mermaids expressed their congratulations to the queen through the astral world. The entire group of mermaids sang and danced, boiling. Very excited. The queen is their pride. Thank you all. It's all the master's credit. The queen blushed. Extremely excited, but inside, there are some volunteers. Under the emotional agitation just now, she seemed to say something shy to encourage herself. And let the master look at him. This is too arrogant and rude. Master, don't blame her. Mother, congratulations on stepping into the legend, you are more useful to the master. Congratulations to mother. We can act together in the future. The two sisters also came to congratulate. Seeing the two sisters, the queen suddenly remembered that there seemed to be an intruder on the fortress too. She quickly asked about the situation. At the same time, he secretly blamed himself. There was still a fight over there, but he was complacent here. Don't worry, the master is invincible. That orc guy has been scared stupid. We deliberately let him escape the passage in order to track it and see if we can find another space rift. Two sisters, you talk to me, Jiao Hao Jiao, it's very easy. On the other side, on planet 68, the son of the orc world fled wildly. Finally escaped. He wiped the cold sweat from his forehead and breathed heavily. Not because of tiredness. It was so scary. Only in this way can the body's instinctual fear be relieved. Damn information. Completely wrong. Where is a planet? The whole is a huge monster at the level of a planet. No, it may be more suitable to say that it is a parasite. Is it a place that breeds evil gods, or is it? The son of the orc world clenched his fists hard, and at this moment, his hands were shaking uncontrollably. That scene was really terrifying. Companions stronger than him were pulled back by invisible forces, like dragging a dead dog. That terrifying tentacle that covers the sky, inside it, is bred with incredible energy. Even bigger than the starship he was on. He was sure that as long as he connected it, no, if he was lightly rubbed, he would be absolutely dead. Now, he waits on this planet. This is an emergency retreat point. If it does not return within the specified time. When the time comes, the portal will open song. Second time. Damn its slave owner. But I swear, there will never be a third time. Is that right? I think so. A cold voice sounded behind him. Chapter 148 Stronger Whispers. Great victory. 3 more. The son of the world heard a cold voice behind him, and his scalp was numb. Conditioned reflex, I want to continue running. But this time, he has no chance. 7 Legends Siege 1. In addition to the prediction of the biological brain, the son of the orc world was directly pressed to death. At the moment of being killed, the child of the orc world's eyes widened. I can't help but feel some regrets. If he hadn't chosen that path at the time. At this moment, these mighty mermaids are the portrayal of him now, right? He also doesn't have to wait for the space rift here, sitting still. But it's too late to say anything. He could even imagine that when the space rift was opened, the loss of the Temple of Heaven would be lost. And everything in himself belongs to the slave owner. It's a shame that so far, he hasn't even actually seen each other. Unwilling. Before dying, the son of the orc world screamed. Then he was promptly dealt with by Greenskin. And his equipment and space ring fell into the hands of Irene. This is the trophy, and she is going to give it to the master. Next, the many legendary powerhouses headed by the mermaid did not rush to leave. Instead, stand quietly in place. Ellie looked at a mountain not far away. There are vague magic energy fluctuations inside. Familiar feeling. It was very faint, but she had experienced it once, and she knew very well that this was the probe of the Temple of Heaven being activated. This is the final preparation before opening the space fissure. Their team members themselves did not bring active communication equipment for fear of being exposed. Instead, Plan A and Plan B in advance. Now that Plan A is completely over, it is natural to start Plan B. But unfortunately, because Chen Mo is too strong, it is the last retreat of Plan B. Also guarded by Chen Mo's people. The opponent worked hard to open the rift, but he liked to mention 8 consecutive hits. Yes, take advantage of the opponent's strong hands to take advantage of the cracks. The moment when you can't do it. 7 children of the world, all ready for the strongest attack. Crazy output. At the moment when the crack closed, the queen threw an activated tiburium ore into it. This 737 was inspired by the tiburium ore in a magical way according to the master's instructions. It is said that it can convert mass into energy. The esoteric knowledge in it, the queen does not understand. But she knew that the power caused by this tiburium ore was dozens of times that of her previous one. No, everyone only heard a scream, and then the crack closed. The whole place became extremely peaceful. But in the remote area of the Temple of Heaven, a battleship exploded in the air. The entire huge battleship, a cloud of sun rose from the middle and spread to both sides. Wait until the beam of light disappears. Only 2 small truncated warships were left on the scene, and the middle part had all evaporated out of thin air. What are these people in the Temple of Heaven doing? Are you okay to order your own battleship to play with? There is a spy in the Star Soul world, lurking in the void, and just observed this scene. This peculiar warship was just in port, so they were observed. But who would have known, before docking in the floating city, the battleship exploded by itself. Hey, the power is not small, especially the explosion from the inside, the other party has no defense. Yeah, it's really strange, is the magic engine damaged? But the attack method is not like a magic weapon, but a bit like tiburium ore. No, this thing is unstable, and the Temple of Heaven dares to put it directly into the battleship. It's really weird, like the whole battleship was stuffed with bombs. This is an incident worthy of observation. Write it in the intelligence and report it to the top. What Chen Mo didn't know was that his wave of ambush caused a battleship of the Temple of Heaven to be destroyed by accident. Just by virtue of the Queen's unique ability to use tiburium ore. He's enough to make a pretty terrifying explosion. When the Emperor is about 100 million tons of hydrogen bombs. The power is terrifying. This kind of pure energy, high-temperature terrifying lethality, exploded from the inside of the battleship, even the fortress, it should be enough. After all, this level of attack is enough to shake an entire planet and even cause plate displacement. From this, we can also see how terrifying Chen Mo's strength has been. And the rest of the newcomers, it is no longer a level. Relying on the Queen alone, with the right strategy, he can defeat the rest of the newcomers. Even if they are united, it is not false. Mother, your weapon is so powerful, Aaron said in surprise. The most speechless thing is that this weapon does not need to use its own power. All come from outside. This is completely different from her understanding of using will and vibrational energy. This is like improvising a magic weapon, or a one-time, super powerful kind. Envy you, but I can't teach it to you yet. The master has said that this knowledge of mine can only be used by myself, and I must not disclose it in the slightest. Fortunately, this time I've been promoted to a legend. I think the situation will change. The master said that he will give me a test and a chance. The queen said with some anticipation. What will be the master's test? Expect. However, I need to tell you clearly that because of my stronger strength, my ability to accept the strange disturbance of consciousness is stronger. Now I can vaguely detect a whisper as long as I close my eyes and feel it carefully. If I do anything wrong to the master, you must stop me immediately, purify me, and you are welcome. Speaking of serious business, the queen's expression was extremely serious. No, the master must have a way. Yeah, the master has said it, and if you ask him to go to him later, the master must have already figured out a way to deal with it. The two sisters Erin couldn't help but worry. The promotion of the mother to the legend was originally a great good thing, but now it is a faint shadow covering the next layer. Well, but I'm ready. At this time, she already knew very well what dreaming and whispering meant. If it wasn't for the protection of the master, I'm afraid it would have been cleaned up immediately. After all, no one likes to be surrounded by unknown dangers, especially now that I have such a terrible weapon. I hope that the master will purify me with his own hands, said the queen. The tone is very calm, but it is firm. Holy Terra, Chen Mo sat comfortably on the sofa with a big smile on his face. This wave went very well. Under the planning of the biological mastermind. His operations are directly accurate to the millisecond level. Real micro-manipulation. And it is multi-line at the same time, no, multi-world operation. At the same time, it takes advantage of the two worlds, and makes the enemies see each other and fear each other. It can be said, the advantage that is not particularly big by itself is brought to the limit through precise operation and prejudgment. Finally formed the rolling. The opponent lost one step at a time, and then lost step by step, and finally was led by Chen Mo's nose. Not only did he accept the other party's equipment, but he also rewarded the other party with a hydrogen bomb. Just don't know what the final result will be. Chen Mo couldn't help but feel a little regretful. Once the space rift is closed, the distance between the two sides can be considered infinitely far away. Under normal circumstances, it is impossible to observe the victory. In addition to the high-intensity test of the biological master brain, in actual combat, he has gained a lot of experience in fighting against the legendary peak. Chen Mo also got an extra double surprise. The first is that the Mermaid Queen has been promoted to the legend. This is the first one under his command to advance to the legend except for the Greenskin War boss. Although it was expected to advance. But I didn't expect it to come so quickly. Sure enough, the battle, the tempering of blood and fire, is very important. This is also the reason why the other newcomers are so keen to send people out to fight and kill. A true genius needs a breakthrough when resources are sufficient. Between life and death, there is great terror. At that time, the power of will can truly reach the extreme. Although Chen Mo does not rely on a single elite, but has a legendary queen, who is beautiful and capable, who wouldn't like it? Of course, solving the hidden dangers of the other party and purifying things should also be put on the agenda. Hopefully it's not a bad outcome. It would be best if the troubles could be properly resolved and more knowledge gained. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking. The second surprise was that Chen Mo got the corpses of two legendary powerhouses, as well as two space rings, as well as magical equipment on them. It seems that there is one that can activate shields. These are some high-end stuff. Very valuable. Even in the Star Soul world, it is very popular. And unexpectedly gave the Temple of Heaven a lesson. That tiburium ore is enough for them to drink a pot. The matter has now been triggered by the detector, and it should have come to an end. The son of the orc world who escaped from my hands also ran around and came back. He also strengthened himself and brought extra equipment. As the divine will, I will win 1,000 miles. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. In short, this trend is a lot of surprises, but they are all unexpected surprises. For the queen, Chen Mo is looking forward to it. The son of two worlds, especially the one at the top, Chen Mo is also looking forward to it. Will you get new genes? At the same time, Chen Mo believes that this matter is somewhat at war with the Temple of Heaven. Will there be rewards from the Federation? He was curious. In a hurry, Chen Mo opened the information sent by Irene through the astral world. She's already sorted out the spoils. Interestingly, there are still a lot of things inside the space ring. It seems that some resources of the original owner have not been emptied because of temporary use. 2,000 high-purity magic crystals. 2 stabilized tiburium energy blocks. And some magic metal and precious mithril ore. It's a good return. Especially for 2 pieces of processed tiberium ore, the price is at least around 30 million. Of course, the most important thing is the ring itself. It is actually more than 200 cubic meters of super large space storage equipment. Earn big. Chen Mo couldn't help but be surprised. He originally thought that the opponent's hand was only 100 cubic meters, barely holding the space equipment of the teleportation base. Unexpectedly, the Temple of the Gods came out to fight, so rich. Space equipment, double the capacity, but the price has doubled. If this is to mine and raise fish by yourself, I don't know how long it will take. Defeat enemies, get loot, and money is really fast. You can get fat. The Temple of Heaven and I are really destined. Before and after, they also gave me a lot of good things. Chen Mo thought about it carefully and decided to juxtapose the local tyrants in the newcomer district with the Tianshan Temple. Both are his patrons, rich and generous. It can be said that he is caring for him, and he will give whatever he lacks. Among the newcomers, apart from the local tyrants, there is no money left. If you want to make money quickly in the future, you have to look at the site of the Tianshan Temple. If you can directly loot a wave of planets managed by the Temple of Heaven, you will definitely get rich. Don't talk about repairing 1 more teleportation array, repair 2 more, plus 1 more leap evolution money. Master, in addition to the 2 rings, this magical energy device is also very magical. It can activate a shield to resist attacks. Although it is different from our technology, it can still be used. Chen Mo hasn't gotten it yet. But after careful research by the tech master, it is found that this is the excitation energy, and then there is a layer of transparent force field that surrounds the whole body. Objects with high speed, entering from the outside, will be blocked. The structure of this magic device is extremely complex, and a space crystal is also used in it. Chen Mo's mushroom infection type gene ability is not enough. No parasitic infection. And this is a single shield, only suitable for small creatures. Although it's not as good as a space ring, it can still sell for a good price. This life-saving device is very popular. In other words, except Chen Mo, basically every Star Soul Master has needs. They're happy and shell out big bucks for it. At the same time, Chen Mo also thought of that mature woman. When Chen Mo sold the ring last time, the other party was rich and rich. Bought his ring at a 30% premium. And the attitude is also very friendly. I don't know if I can meet a similar buyer this time. Maybe exchange some knowledge as well. With this in mind, Chen Mo began to fill in the transaction information. Just wait for the magic equipment to get your hands, you can start selling it. At the same time, he casually replied to Luo Bing. Ask her what's the matter. At this time, less than 5 minutes have passed since the last time the two talked. Chapter 149 Confession, I'm a licking dog. Surprise. Special attention. 1. Is this the end? Luo Bing was a little confused. She has not digested the shock of the newcomer area. Also immersed in the shock of the child of the world being shot in the head. That mermaid is so beautiful and powerful. Thinking about his performance, Luo Bing couldn't help feeling sad. Not as good as a maid under Chen Mo. At this time, a message came on the watch. 1 sentence. I'm done with work, what's the matter? Seeing that Luo Bing was in a panic. She opened her mouth, but felt that Chen Mo had stuffed her mouth full. Immediately dumbfounded, speechless, busy working. In other words, this matter has been dealt with. Or, the interior of the ocean world was not destroyed at all. That's right, the sun of this world, rush in, come out, go in again. A few times in and out, but the time is basically not more than 1 second. It can be said to be sent to the head at the speed of light. At this time, Luo Bing saw another message in the newcomer area. Chen Mo's 14 planets are also shot. A child of the world is being hunted down. I don't know if Chen Mo killed the other party in the end, or let the other party escape. That is to say, did Mr. Chen Mo fight on 2 fronts just now? Damn, it's really exciting. I'm so excited when I eat melons. That mermaid is so handsome. Queen fan. I really want to be her dog. Haha, Chen Mo must have been taken aback, it feels so dangerous. Seeing this, Luo Bing was even more confused. She knows better than others. Obviously, Chen Mo isn't panicking at all, right? Chen Mo was on 2 planets, and was under a surprise attack that was well prepared. You can even reply to her messages calmly. Ordinary people are already in a hurry to change. And Chen Mo didn't handle it well. After a few minutes, you can politely confirm with her again, is it really okay? In Luo Bing's mind, he could already outline the calm and unhurried appearance of the other party. Victory thousands of miles. Calm down. Inexplicably feeling a little handsome, what's the matter? Luo Bing shook his head involuntarily. Just now I was actually obsessed with how Chen Mo behaved. It's too immersive, isn't it? Ah, but if I can do this, I'll be happy to think about it. Here, chatting with the girl, over there, between chatting and laughing, the ashes are gone. Luo Bing couldn't help but complain. No, it's nothing. I thought you were going to fail just now, so I wanted to comfort you. Well, I admit, I do kind of want to see your jokes. But that, just jealousy, not malicious in itself. I'm just curious, I want to see how you, as a genius who has never lost a single defeat, will look on your face when you lose a battle. Hey, I don't know what's going on, I just want to see you hurt a little bit. Is it because I have been forced to kneel and lick you for a long time, and I have a strange rebellious mentality? Luo Bing couldn't help but tell the truth. Open your heart. As soon as he finished speaking, Luo Bing felt a little regretful. Impulsive. Very humiliating. Wouldn't you consider Chen Mo a pervert? However, after she waited for a while, Chen Mo didn't answer. Is this angry? Can't you? What I said is true. It just so happened that I haven't eaten that meal yet, so I can communicate face to face, and my consciousness won't lie. Luo Bing said actively. Hey, talk to you. Suddenly there is no sound. Damn it. Are you busy with something urgent again? Luo Bing couldn't help being a little crazy. Holy Terra. Chen Mo was chatting with Luo Bing while editing transaction information. At this time, the two sisters Aaron came back with the spoils. So, Chen Mo was obsessed with the two sisters, the spoils in their hands, and could not extricate themselves. Master. Aaron held the ring in both hands excitedly. This is her first time to go out to fight, and she did not expect such a harvest. Compared to the owner will also like it. Chen Mo found the ring, and with a thought, took out the magic equipment in it. It is a silver white metal disc. The disc is connected by a belt, which can be hung on the waist or on the back. On the side, Irene also gave the detailed equipment information that Jiba had tested. Magic Defense Shield. High-end equipment of the Temple of Heaven. Function 1. Activate a shield, consume a lot of energy, maintain defense. Function 2. Let the part resist gravity and gain faster speed. Function 3. Resolute will, when necessary, inject sedatives immediately to resist the interference from unknown consciousness. Remarks. This device contains the special breath of the manufacturer, which may be the source of a necessary device and cannot be removed. If it is worn and used, it may be immediately detected by the other party when it is on the same planet. It's similar to the Commander Ring of the Temple of Heaven obtained last time, but the ability is more specific and stronger. At least it can be replaced by 500 million, or a piece of knowledge. Chen Mo was surprised. If nothing else, this function 2 and 3 alone is very useful. This also explains why the child of the world can struggle for so long against the gravitational force of the bastion. And at the most critical moment, there is also room to calmly counterattack. Also uses words to try to induce Chen Mo. Between lightning and flint, the average person is absolutely unable to do it. The only explanation is that Chen Mo opened the belt and saw a row of potions, blue and red, 10 each. Among them, 5 blue potions have been used. Blue is a powerful sedative. Red is a stimulant, a blue potion that resists dream awareness and interference. This is equivalent to being partially immune to the evil god's infection. Do you think about it from the point of view of matter affecting consciousness? It smells like materialism. Seeing this, Chen Mo couldn't help but feel a little moved. This thing is very useful when fighting against powerful enemies from a distance. At critical moments, you can still keep your head absolutely calm. It is a very useful potion for stealth combat. Then this value needs to be re-evaluated. Chen Mo thought about it and didn't list Magic Defense Shield. There are definitely many buyers of this thing in the Star Soul world, and it will be very popular. I have to hold an auction, or have someone privately chat with me to negotiate a price, and the other party is willing to share the principle of this device with me, that's even better. After thinking about it, Chen Mo put away the shield first. As for the other 2 High Commander rings, I threw them in my hands. Looking at the shining golden light, Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. Get rich. Ding. Congratulations Chen Mo. You defeated the members of the Tianshan Temple infiltration team, and killed 2 opponents in an eye-catching way. You have gained the attention of the Federation, please continue to work hard. Your rewards have been issued. Please receive them at the official website. Okay. Point 0. Good things come in pairs, and there are indeed rewards from the Federation. It's just that I threw tiburium ore into the rift. Why didn't I mention this record? Chen Mo was curious and gave feedback. The federal staff over there was stunned. Please wait for your excellency Chen Mo, I'll check. Usually things like this. Ah. How could this be? Halfway through the words, the staff suddenly stopped and exclaimed. What? Is it really impossible to verify? Chen Mo couldn't help but feel a little pity. No, Mr. Chen Mo, you can verify this, The staff quickly explained, and then said. Forget it, I'll send it to you to see for yourself. You can hear the mixed emotions of the staff. Some unbelievable. This made Chen Mo very curious. Hurry up to receive a video sent over. In the video, looking at the exploded and melted battleship, Chen Mo was stunned. What is this luck? Does the opponent happen to have no strong man beside the rift? Moreover, this battleship looked so familiar, especially the long sword of the captain and the lines on it. Isn't this the same battleship that came to the bastion last time? Surprise. It even blew it up. Ding. Congratulations Chen Mo, you defeated the members of the Tianshan Temple infiltration team. And in an amazing way, kill at least hundreds of opponents. At the same time destroy a stealth strike warship. You have received special attention from the Federation, please keep working hard. Your reward has been issued, please receive it at the official website. The next moment, look at the notification content of the change. Chen Mo couldn't help but rejoice. Chen Mo, who was not very concerned about federal rewards, rubbed his hands together. Special attention again. The reward must be extraordinary. At least intermediate knowledge. Chen Mo couldn't help but be overjoyed, and immediately opened the official website of the Federation. Receive rewards. On. Chapter 150 Auction Rings. Take the initiative to accept the owner's test. 2 more ask for subscription. Do you want to claim the reward immediately? Yes. Chen Mo confirmed immediately. Next, just wait for the Commonwealth to deliver things to your door. Looking forward to get this unexpected reward. Chen Mo put the 2 commander rings in his hands on the shelf. Sell it together with the materials inside. The way is auction. Auction early, get a lot of money early, and you can evolve again. While thinking about it, Chen Mo also typed out the originally written transaction. Knowledge above the intermediate level, precious resources, and ancient technology weapons can all participate in the auction. Some can chat privately. Starting price. 300 million or equivalent, notarized by the Federal Bookstore. Auctioneer, Chen Mo. Auction time, 20 hours. This kind of thing, newcomers generally cannot afford. But Chen Mo is still sold in the newcomer area, and the reason is very simple. Tax-free here. Selling things here during the newcomer period is equivalent to the welfare given by the federal government, which is very cost-effective. Of course, this benefit belongs to the able-bodied. The more you sell, the more tax deductions you get. It belongs to making more money in disguise. If you sell it outside, you can certainly get better publicity. But if you take into account the tax, it is better to make money here. Of course, considering that the popularity is not as good as outside, Chen Mo specially set the auction time to be longer. Many veterans, even star soul powerhouses, will find good things here. A little longer so they can see. Just like last time, Chen Mo's things were bought by 743 from the Star Soul Powerhouse. As soon as the 2 rings hit the shelves, the new district was a sensation. Damn it, the ring in the command room of the Temple of Heaven. Big brother Chen Mo is awesome. Hey, what's the situation? The ring of the Tianshan Temple has fallen into the hands of Chen Mo. Not 1, but 2. Way, did this stab the nest of the Temple of Heaven? Woo. Is it the world of the strong? Blinded by the shining ring. Wait, isn't this the loot just now? If it is, everything makes sense. Chen Mo, the big guy is awesome. This has already overturned the temple. I admire, big brother Chen Mo is too strong. Jealousy, makes me unrecognizable. If I'm half as big as Chen Mo, no. 1/10 of the level, then I won't be so miserable. I'm still deducting tens of thousands of dollars, and there are several people who have already opened their mouths. Billion business. I want to eat peaches upstairs, but it's still 1/10 of the level. Don't you look at the top 100 combined, is there a 10th of Chen Mo's boss? Yeah, even with the intensity of the attack just now, together we are not opponents. The other party is obviously prepared. Moreover, he has prepared such excellent equipment. He must be preparing for a major event. Does the ocean planet really have any treasures? There are also big brothers Chen Mo. Not only that, I am afraid that the Federation will also have rewards. After all, it has defeated a foreign enemy. Although in the newcomer area, a foreign enemy took the initiative to send it to the door to slap in the face, this is the first time I have heard of it. Outrageous. Brothers, look at the newcomer list. Chen Mo's score is too long, and you can't see the end. I think this ring is mostly pretentious. If you really fight, who will give your subordinates such good equipment? It's flashy. The stone hammer upstairs is an idiot. Don't insult the idiot. After all, this thing is not something that an idiot can afford, and it will cost at least 10 million yuan for a single price. This is very useful for Star Soul powerhouses, as well as powerful newcomers. Not to mention anything else, the anti-gravity field and storage space that comes with the ring or magical skills. With these two abilities, the strong can go out with a giant magic crystal cannon. Just ask if you are afraid. Shaw, I really want it. Dad Chen Mo, I want it. When this simple and rude way of using it came out, everyone was shocked. The newcomer area also talked about how to use the commander's ring of the Temple of Heaven. Of course, there are also many newcomers who suspect that Chen Mo still has good products and has not sold them. After all, it can be found from the items on the shelves that there are some magical equipment. But these equipments are obviously not the same grade as rings. Of course, even this ring is something they can't reach. So the discussion came to the discussion area, and everyone sighed that this belonged to the eunuch going to the brothel. However, this argument is not without merit. Chen Mo's fame spreads far and wide again. Especially the two shining golden rings, the screenshots were retweeted like crazy. Chen Mo was also worried that the publicity of the newcomer area was not enough. All of a sudden, a lot of old people, even the Star Soul powerhouses, knew it. They ran over to the newcomer area to watch. Of course they knew the price of the two rings. The storage space alone, 200 cubic meters, is an incredible number. Even the space ring made by Star Soul World itself, this quality, the price is very expensive. Not to mention that this is still an item of the Temple of Heaven, which has the nature of a layer of loot. And with a unique anti-gravity ability. Great value. The newcomer area was boiling. In Chen Mo's observation post, it's almost the same. But here, the sound is not so harmonious. Many jealous people spoke up one after another. There are also people who know more inside information and share information one after another. What a terrifying strength. Pharaoh didn't have the slightest resistance, and was pinched to death by the powerhouse of the Temple of Heaven, and the powerhouse of the Temple of Heaven, like a dead dog, was beaten by Chen Mo. Correct. It was Chen Mo's subordinate. It's not even his subordinates. Strictly speaking, they are his slaves. Yeah, people don't even need to send out real subordinates, just a mermaid who has taken refuge in a few days, and blows up the elite of the Temple of Heaven. The elite of the Temple of Heaven. I think it's just a fool. He went in with hard damage, was consumed by Chen Mo, and then was hammered by the natives. I think that his IQ has been recharged to his strength, and it's useless. Shit, you didn't observe carefully. That day the temple powerhouse had a shield, and it didn't consume it at all. Please use your brains. Have you heard of a weapon that can instantly cut off the head of a legendary peak? Or, is there such a legendary rank that can be used and make opponents defenseless? I speculate that Chen Mo has some kind of invincible weapon. Even if it is the pinnacle of legend, it will die at one touch. I'm not afraid. I won't offend Chen Mo anyway, so don't pull me into the water. But that magic shield must have fallen into Chen Mo's hands. I don't know how much he will sell it for. I'm very interested. FK off. If Chen Mo sells, I'll be the first to win, and whoever of you grabs me, don't blame me for turning my face and not recognizing anyone. Young Master Feng, Brother Long, aren't you all able to invite Chen Mo to dinner? Why haven't you invited me? I'll ask the brothers for information. Yeah, by adding friends by the way, if there is any unexpected situation in the future, it will also save us from being accidentally injured. Alas, speaking of the strong people on our rookie list, they were all accidentally killed by Chen Mo. There were several. Quote. So, Feng Xiao, hurry up and add up your friends. Look at the discussion in the post. Wang Yifeng clenched his fists. What do these people mean? Let him lick his face to make friends. He could fully imagine that Chen Mo would pretend to agree generously. But he, Wang Yifeng, doesn't want to be ashamed. Hateful. These bastards only care about their own interests. And, what if it was added? Could Chen Mo give him a face? He didn't know how many times he had been beaten in the face. Everyone knows that adding Chen Mo's friends is as hard as going to the sky. If you add it to yourself, you will definitely be dressed up, and you will continue to be slapped in the face by Chen Mo. Plus friends slap in the face, wouldn't it double the damage? He is stupid to do such a thing. Are you FG finished yet? Lick Chen Mo like this, do you think of a way to add it? What does it mean to run us here? Give you face, forcing Lai Lai. Unlike Wang Yifeng, Li Long is much more grumpy. Spray directly. Hee hee, Brother Long is relieved. Brother Long is also a shame. Everyone, don't force it. Yeah, we Chen Mo observe the post, it's observation. It's not kneeling and licking. What made you all start kneeling and licking? Then this post still has a meaning. Brothers unite. I have a showdown. I already have a 9th rank peak powerhouse. Who will cooperate with me? I need some money to buy evolutionary potions and help my subordinates to advance to the advanced legend. Li Long said suddenly. Hi, has your demon reincarnation pool been constructed? Brilliant, this is to create another abyss magic star. Brother Long 666. No wonder he speaks so arrogantly, it turns out to be full of confidence. Remember, on the way to becoming a star soul powerhouse, you must be arrogant and superior. Like you are as humble as a horse in front of Chen Mo, and you still become a star god. Just a joke. Li Long sprayed wildly. Immediately, I felt a lot better. At this point, he knew that he was not Chen Mo's opponent. However, by developing secretly and taking advantage of others' fear of Chen Mo, he can get a good space. Chen Mo draws fire. Hee hee Chen Mo, you wait for me. Sooner or later, I will let you take the initiative to add me as a friend. I think that I was as humble as a horse, and sooner or later, I will let you taste this feeling. Come on, just wait for the first legend to come out. Li Long smiled confidently. This time, as long as he becomes a legend, he will touch Chen Mo immediately and make a name. Holy Terra. Chen Mo is not paying attention to the newcomer area. Instead, there is a choice. Are you sure? I have a sedative here, you can press it first, spend more time, and say goodbye to your family. Chen Mo said to the queen across the star realm. At this time, the state of the queen, Chen Mo knew very well. No threat to him for now. But according to the standards of the star soul world, it is already in a state of quasi-purification. When encountering a more aggressive judge, he would have already started. Direct trial, plasma cremation furnace, one-stop service. Of course Chen Mo wouldn't bear it just because the queen is beautiful, capable, and her own. In the face of possible Cthulhu contamination, or any such sign, all must be dealt with 100% vigilance. Numerous pollution incidents. It's all proved. Those who think that they can do tricks on incomparably powerful beings are all idiots. Therefore, purification is imminent. Either prove the queen has no problems. If there's a problem, of course Chen Mo couldn't solve the problem. He can only solve the problem immediately. No, I accept the test given by the master. Please, master, purify me. The queen shook her head. Look firm. Aware of her own abnormality after being promoted to legend, the queen immediately informed Chen Mo. She didn't hide it in the slightest. Whether it's for the Murlocs, for his daughter, or for's position in the master's heart. She has to do it. Okay, then come here. Chen Mo said. Next, face the star soul world. This is a much more terrifying existence than ordinary evil gods. If the queen has been contaminated, it will be reduced to ashes in an instant. Consciousness will not remain. Of course, risks and benefits coexist. If the queen stands the test. Great benefits. This first proved that she was safe and reliable. Chen Mo can use her. And the knowledge in her brain can also be promoted. At that time, the technology of using tiburium ore to transform the ocean alone will be of great value. Chen Mo can make a lot of money in the field of fishing. At the same time, the queen herself can also use tiburium ore and knowledge to continue to advance quickly. Demigods, even gods, are not impossible. Even, as an individual who can connect with the source, the upper limit of her development potential is almost unlimited. It can be said that as long as you pass this test, the future is bright. Master, I won't let you down. The queen looked very firm. She took a deep breath. Walk through the aisle. Enter the Holy Terra. And far away, a door-like passage also slowly opened. The soul-stirring aura, even if it was not turned on, firmly attracted the queen's attention. She couldn't help feeling a little dazzling. There is also a slight burning sensation on the smooth skin. Chapter 151. You must have tasted my sweetness. Pass the test. 3 more. Sit down first, Chen Mo ordered. He was about to open the channel immediately. But when he thought about it, he suddenly remembered a previous plan. Now is the right opportunity. Use consciousness probes from multiple different planets to detect disturbances in consciousness. It's like detecting where electromagnetic waves are emitted. Simultaneous observations are required from at least 3 different orientations. According to the triangle rule, the source of the signal can be determined. The magnificent disturbance of consciousness that disturbed the Queen must span the entire star field, but where exactly did it come from, and where exactly? The intensity of consciousness needs to be probed. At this time, the Queen has a connection with consciousness, and when she opens the star soul world, maybe that consciousness fluctuates. Taking this opportunity, it may be possible to detect the approximate location of the other party. Of course, it's just a chance, a low probability. If you can find the best, it doesn't matter if you can't. Anyway, I hope the Queen is okay. It's a pity to lose a cultivated legendary mermaid. If it can be successful, the future will be bright. I am equivalent to one more place to mine knowledge and find an introduction to a powerful existence. Definitely big money. Thinking of this, Chen Mo couldn't help looking at the Queen. The other party's skin was very pale, and the delicate face revealed a trace of helplessness. She is nervous. The whole body is tense. Master, I'm a little nervous. The Queen took a deep breath and stammered. Relax and drink this. Chen Mo gave the Queen a bottle of blue potion. This powerful sedative can keep her absolutely sane under extreme tension or pain. Chen Mo comforted the Queen while waiting for the consciousness probe to grow. Open the trading platform at will. He found that there were several private chats with prices. This kind of thing is very sincere and has a price, either knowledge or equipment. And this 29 is the lowest price they are willing to pay. Chen Mo can still talk if he is not satisfied. One of the private chats, Chen Mo saw at a glance, was an old acquaintance from last time, the Gray Steel Consortium. The Gray Steel Consortium is a very powerful consortium in Shanghai City. The main industries are magic equipment manufacturing and mineral resource smelting. Their personal armament is also very powerful. In Shanghai City, which has a population of over 1 billion, it ranks first. Chen Mo doesn't like the consortium, nor does he hate it. In view of the good transaction performance of the other party last time, and the generous shot, Chen Mo decided to give priority to chatting with the other party. The other party's current bid is to exchange for a commander ring for a local medium knowledge of the Star Soul world. If Mr. Chen Mo wants to barium ore, or combat magic cannon technology, we can also provide it. The buyer of the Gray Steel Consortium on the other end said politely. It has to be said that large consortiums are unusual. Just a buyer is a beauty level. Temperament image, are quite good. What are the types of knowledge? Can I consult your knowledge base to choose? Chen Mo asked. The consortium has very rich resources, among which the knowledge reserve is what every consortium will do. I'm afraid it won't work, but if Mr. Chen Mo signs a cooperation agreement with us, we can open up the knowledge base for collaborators to Mr. Chen Mo. Mr. Chen Mo can think about it. Not only that, but there are additional resource rewards. You don't need any additional requirements, you just need to put up the name of our Gray Steel Consortium. I'll think it over. After talking about this, Chen Mo didn't want to talk anymore. The Gray Steel Consortium is still able to trick him. He will not sign any cooperation with the consortium. It can be a one-time, long-term, negotiable. Cooperating with a behemoth such as the Gray Steel Consortium, he has no shortage of benefits, but once it is deep inside, some things cannot be avoided. He didn't want to get involved in this mess. Focusing on the way of evolution, making money, evolving, and becoming stronger is the best choice. Then, why don't we talk about the magic shield? The buyer smiled seductively, and the conversation suddenly changed. Chen Mo Lu was slightly stunned. He obviously did not announce this matter, but it was actually known. But after a little thought, he understood. It should be that his battle scene at that time was published. After careful analysis, the newcomer can find that he may have obtained some magical equipment. Not to mention the big forces like the Gray Steel Consortium, they know much more about the Temple of Heaven than the newcomers. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Chen Mo, we are just a reasonable guess based on your fighting process. In fact, one of our elite operators asked me to contact you, and she wants this device in your hand. By the way, she is the one who worked with you happily last time. The buyer hurriedly said, for fear that Chen Mo misunderstood her. The Gray Steel Consortium will try their best to recruit all kinds of geniuses, and it is natural to be even more discouraged in the face of Chen Mo. But even if the solicitation fails, it is usually not offended. I don't want to be left behind to monitor other people's bad impressions. Is her. Chen Mo thought about it. Last time on a strange planet, the first commander ring was given to him by the other party. That time, not only did the ring explode, but also the mysterious slate inside this slate, but Chen Mo got rich rewards, and now there are still some rewards that have not been received. Speaking of which, I don't know how the research on this slate is progressing on the side of the great Audiobook. In short, Chen Mo was impressed by this thing. Yes, our operator is currently fighting on the front line. It is inconvenient to contact you directly. He specially entrusted me to see if he can order the magic equipment. We will give different prices depending on the integrity. Of course, if the core shield activation device is damaged, then this equipment will be, well, the value may be reduced a lot. The buyer smiled and adjusted the wording appropriately. What she actually wanted to say was that rubbish is worthless. But considering Chen Mo's feelings, she still uses words cautiously. If my men hadn't checked for errors, this fell shield device would have been complete. Chen Mo said. Very well, what's the problem? No. The buyer hurriedly shook his head, but his heart was very incredible. That Mr. Chen Mo, can you send us the detailed values and shape data of the equipment, and we will give you a price that you are satisfied with. In addition, the ring and other pieces of magic equipment, as well as the other party's corpse, we also want. Don't worry, even if we don't buy it in the end, we will pay the information access fee for these items, 50 million. Since the other party said so. That's enough to show sincerity. After all, the information on these items is really not out of print. The other party asked for these, especially the photos and specific test information, just to know the degree of damage to the equipment. Chen Mo certainly doesn't brag. To say 10 is 10. In fact, the members of the infiltration squads of the two heavenly temples did not have time to use these weapons. The only thing that has been used is the magic energy shield, but this equipment itself is not damaged in any way, just the energy is consumed. Battle Frontier Planet. A woman with an incomparably demonic figure looked at the front of her face expressionlessly, and the enemies of the entire city wailed and turned into blood. This is the second planet she has purified. It is a pity, however, that a suitable set of equipment has not been obtained. Faith is such a nasty thing. The Temple of Heaven is extremely good at this aspect. Disgusting person. At this moment, her watch rang. Inside appeared the serious face of the female buyer. So fast. It seems that this little brother has tasted my sweetness. On the other side of the video, the buyer has a black line on his face. Not letting this person contact Chen Mo is the right choice. Otherwise, what would Chen Mo think of their Gray Steel Consortium? She can't even think about it. In short, she has completed the task explained above. Contacted Chen Mo and met his needs properly. At the same time, it takes into account the reputation of the Gray Steel Consortium. It's a pity that there is no salary increase for such a perfect job. Operator security. Chen Mo said that this batch of magic energy preparations is very complete. You check the information and confirm it. If possible, I can talk to the other party about the specific price. By the way, please do it as soon as possible, because some of the equipment has been put up for auction. The buyer said. What? Quite complete. What nonsense is this kid talking about? I fought the commanders of 2 planets, and none of them were willing to give up their resistance. How can they be so complete? If you want to say that I believe there are rings, I have several. But how is it possible for the magic shield? The security officer said in surprise. Doubt on the spot. If it's that simple, why does she need to work so hard? She just wants to gather a set of commander's equipment and mix it into the Tianshan Temple area. It doesn't matter whether it can be used or not, the main thing is that the shape should be very complete. Because of what happened last time, she thought Chen Mo was very interesting, so she kept following. Seeing this newcomer, the bully, made another big news. She noticed that there was something she needed. But now it seems that this person is not only crazier than me, but also better than me. Open the information sent by the buyer. She was stunned for a moment. Ring, intact. And it's still a big guy with 200 cubic meters. I saw a very beautiful mermaid demonstration in the video, and it can indeed receive objects. The more he looked, the more dignified the security officer's expression became. Really intact shield. That is to say, the other party was beheaded when he had no resistance or could not react. The buyer watched the video and asked vaguely. No, it's impossible. This shield can be activated by means of thoughts, and there is no situation where it can't react. The security officer shook his head and continued. In addition, there are 743 magical medicines in the belt of this shield, which can prevent damage to consciousness. It is impossible to confuse the opponent and not resist. The only explanation is, the opponent almost consumed the energy of the empty shield first, and then killed the people in the Temple of Heaven with one blow. Quote. Only in this way can the magic shield not be damaged at all. And to be eligible to use this kind of equipment, at the very least, it has to be a legendary peak, and it has to be the elite of the elite, that is, the kind that can advance to the level of the gods. The more analyzed, the more solemn the security officer's expression. And you look at this corpse, which also confirms my guess. A direct blow to the severed head can withstand a single blow from a battleship gun, but the incompletely melted spine, under this blow, the fracture is so smooth. Incredible. I can't figure out how a new guy would do it. Speaking of this, she couldn't help licking her tongue, and the figure of Yao Yao stretched out slightly. The fiery figure makes the buyers slightly absent-minded. But she quickly responded, and you, don't mess around. Chen Mo is a key customer for our company to maintain. Cut. I know. And Gon couldn't help rolling his eyes, then took out his watch. Sent a message to Chen Mo. Holy Terra. After Chen Mo contacted the people from the Grey Steel Consortium, he turned off the watch. Chen Mo didn't expect much in exchange for what the Grey Consortium would give. Buyers wink, promise or imply all kinds of benefits. Chen Mo didn't take it to heart either. In short, the conditions given by Grey Steel must not be bad. But certainly not the best. These consortium people are very shrewd and cunning. Great divine will, the consciousness detector has been constructed and can be activated. A voice sounded in Chen Mo's mind. Chen Mo immediately looked at the queen. The other party also felt something and looked at Chen Mo. Red lips slightly lifted, firmly said, Master, come on. I'm ready. Chen Mo nodded. No nonsense. Straight to the point. Silently, the parent star channel opened. Looking directly at the star soul world is no different from looking directly at the gods. In Chen Mo's eyes, the ordinary star soul world. In the eyes of the queen, it is like a blazing sun that destroys the world. A soft sound. In an instant, the queen's clothes turned into sparks and scattered. But, to Chen Mo's surprise, the scene where the whole person turned to ashes did not appear. Success. Chapter 152 An Explorable Treasure. The Cthulhu Reborn. One more. Success. Just burnt the clothes, the mother herself is fine. Wow. I knew that under the protection of the master, there will be the best ending. Standing in the distance, Sister Erin, who was holding hands nervously, cheered. Many mermaids also know about this test. Some of the little mermaids didn't even dare to look at them, but at this moment, big eyes were revealed from the gaps between the fingers that covered their eyes, and they immediately cheered. Wow, the queen's skin is so beautiful, it's even pinker and tenderer than mine. The little mermaid said enviously. Hee, that's the queen that even the master is optimistic about, certainly. I feel that her lady queen's aura seems to be stronger. I don't know if it is an illusion. Maybe, it's because the hard knot is opened, and you can safely receive the knowledge in your brain. Ellie knows more and is better at perception, she said. Seeing the cheers of the mermaids around her, she also felt warm in her heart. Mother's efforts were not in vain. Not only does the owner care about her, but the surrounding mermaids also care about her from the bottom of their hearts. Then her lady queen may be promoted to demigod soon. Well, it's definitely possible. Demigod. Both sisters muttered to themselves, very envious. That kind of strength must be very powerful. Not to mention anything else, just the fact that the body has become more perfect and moving is enough to make people yearn for it. And also has the ability to change the entire ocean world. Perfectly withstood the test. It's really a dead source. It's amazing. It will be a treasure in the future. And the entrance to the treasure. Chen Mo admired the queen in front of him and couldn't help but smile. According to the measurement of the consciousness detector, some characteristics of the disturbance of consciousness have been determined, and the location of the source of disturbance is being calculated. The queen is the key to finding the source. The information about the queen has been updated. Queen. Name. Ash. Status. Legendary Intermediate. Special Consciousness. Resonator. Position. Governor of Ocean Planet. Queen of Murlocs. Remarks. The strong individual at the source of the Murloc's birth is predicted to have died, but the disturbance of its consciousness is still spreading in a large area and continues to have an impact. The queen is the one who is most suitable for this disturbance of consciousness. Read, and get more knowledge from it. Note: if left uninterrupted, she will consider herself a reincarnation of the first ancestor in a sense, and try to return to the divine body. Closing parenthesis. Direct legendary intermediate. Awareness, resonance body. Chen Mo couldn't help but be surprised. Said that this is a treasure mermaid, I believe no one will refute it. Originally, he had guessed that perhaps the existence behind it had died out. But I never expected that the queen was so lucky. Directly and the one who died, the disturbance of consciousness is very compatible. According to the words of idealism, it can even be considered as reincarnation. Of course, in Chen Mo's cognition, this is just the natural fit of the queen's consciousness, which produces a roar. As their own consciousness becomes stronger, they can continuously obtain information from the disturbance of consciousness. In essence, there is no difference between dreaming with some people, approaching the evil god easily, or accidentally seeing something that should not be seen. The only difference is that she is lucky, and what she sees is basically in a state of no owner at this moment. Just waiting for her to collect. Of course, this wealth is too large. Consciousness disturbance is far from simple, just approaching, it will be affected. Even, unknowingly, was assimilated. Many scholars in the big library were recruited in this way, and those who were infected could only be thrown into the plasma cremation furnace or the engine of the battleship. As an aboriginal, the queen naturally cannot escape this fate. She will become more and more like the source of the disturbance of consciousness. Finally, let the other party really, reborn, in a sense. A powerhouse of this level is really scary. It's just the thoughts scattered in the universe. It is possible to regenerate oneself again, if there is a memory backup. Chen Mo felt terrible just thinking about it. But fortunately, with him, the tragedy that the queen was slowly assimilated and infected into another person will not be staged. After all, the other party has died, and it is completely incomparable with the real gods. In short, the queen is very lucky in this matter. Of course, the luckiest one must be Chen Mo. After all, it all belongs to him. Waiting for him to pick. Today is a lucky day. It seems that Star Soul's power really makes me lucky. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. This is not his obscenity, it is really good luck. First, the Temple of Heaven suddenly came to the door, and various treasures were offered with both hands. Then came the Mermaid Queen. Now, the queen is directly incarnated as a treasure owner. The queen snorted and raised her head blankly. She probably knew that she had succeeded and passed the test herself. Because the master looked at her eyes, very happy. But it feels a little hot again. Make her hot. She bowed her head shyly. Although she is a queen, she has ruled the Murlocs for more than 100 years. But she is actually just a girl. Even the appearance is very immature. Yes, you have great potential. In the future, you will be the official governor of Ocean Planet and will be responsible for all ocean development matters under my command. You move to Terra too. Chen Mo looked at the mermaid and said, "Thank you, master, for your appreciation. I will work hard and never let the master down. I can now consume tiburium ore to transform the marine environment, and everyone in the Murlocs can also serve their masters better in different oceans." The queen was overjoyed and forgot about shyness at once. "Can we learn from mothers too?" Hee, mother, your skin is so smooth, I can pinch it." "Wow, great, under the leadership of the master, our mermaid will become stronger and stronger." At this time, Sister Flowers also came. For a time. The scene is fragrant. Mermaids have always ruled the Murlocs. Chen Mo didn't even need to go to the trouble of reselection. Just follow the original mode and continue to use it. The queen and her daughters can totally get it. It won't be long. Mermaids who have acquired, inherited, knowledge will appear in the oceans of his major planets. Transform the marine environment for him. Let the area that can only produce 1 billion fishery resources rise to 2 billion. Even more. With the passage of time, it can gradually reach the ocean planet, Jiao Mahao, the best environment. That's 5 billion output per month. This income is very considerable. Especially considering that this is a one-time investment with lifetime benefits. There is a steady stream. As long as the market in the Star Soul world still exists, this income will always be there. At the same time, there is the queen's own output. Chen Mo thought carefully. The queen is not just a body that only has water. Knowledge occasionally emerges in her dreams, which can guide the development of the murlocs and bring great value to Chen Mo. Though this knowledge is specific to mermaids. But the Star Soul world, it is estimated that there will be no shortage of people in need. Uploading the big library, you can even write my name. Thinking of this, Chen Mo couldn't help but look forward to it. So far, he is very fast in exploring evolution. Now there is a fixed source of knowledge again. And a pretty decent farming planet. Evolution, resource gain, knowledge acquisition. Three-pronged approach. This indicates that his overall strength is getting stronger and stronger. Chapter 153 Two Plans. Queen, please eat meat. The reward is in hand. 2 more. Holy Terra. Chen Mo looked up at the bright moonlight. Before I knew it, it was already dark. The mermaids raised fire. Sing and dance on the beach. Because I just stayed in Terra, there are still many facilities that have not been built in time. So many mermaids, tonight is camping. Fortunately, the weather in Terra, under Chen Mo's will, is always the most suitable temperature for survival, at least in this golden sandy beach. Therefore, even if she dresses very coolly like the two sisters, she will not feel any discomfort. As for defense, the entrance was directly blocked by the light prism mushroom. Terra will not be in any sudden danger. Therefore, in addition to using magic eyes, Terra did not specially arrange sentries. Even if there are creatures without long eyes, coming from outer space, the other party can feel the aura of this planet from a distance, and it is very difficult to mess with. There are only 3 resident legends on this. Coupled with the biological master brain, that constantly spreads powerful brain waves, and the more and more intense breath from the Star Soul world. In short, if something dares to come in, it can basically be concluded. It is a force that is hostile to the Star Soul world, such as the Temple of Heaven. At 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's time to go to the next stage. At that time, even if he is an official newcomer, he will fight with the Temple of Heaven. 753 inches is almost due for announcement. Chen Mo thought of this and looked forward to it. Unlike other newcomers who were restless and ready to deal with new difficulties, Chen Mo was in a hurry to get the reward. His strength is not a problem to deal with the general power of the Temple of Heaven. Of course, if it is too strong, the Federation will not be foolish and let them join a bunch of newcomers. All from easy to difficult. Let everyone accept the temper and become stronger and stronger. Eliminating people is just a means, and selecting the strong is the ultimate goal. The Star Soul world needs to constantly add fresh blood on the way of the great expedition. Of course, before officially joining the battlefield, there are still rewards for the second stage invasion test to be issued. After getting the reward and getting armed, Chen Mo can deal with the Temple of Heaven with all his strength. While admiring the beautiful scenery outside the window, Chen Mo opened the trading platform. One of his commander's ring auction prices has reached 500 million. This is a very staggering number. Of course, the auction time is not over yet. There is still a lot of room for this price to rise. The real Star Soul powerhouses are very rich and spend a lot of money. They should make a final call at the last minute. When the money is in hand, Chen Mo's cash on hand will reach 2 billion again. The excess part can be used for evolution. Just devour the bodies of the 2 sons of the Heavenly Temple world. One of them, Chen Mo, had to try to devour without destroying the overall structure, because the Grey Steel Consortium might buy it. 1 corpse for 2 purposes. Chen Mo couldn't help but sigh again that the Temple of Heaven really created a lot of wealth for him. Whether it is alive or dead, it can be used by him to create value. After checking the trading platform, Chen Mo turned his eyes and came to the fortress. At this time, the fighting stopped, and the busy scene has resumed here. The 4th tentacle is growing. Semi-permanent portals continue to be built. In the Western Hemisphere, a giant worm's egg has stopped taking in a lot of nutrients. The renovations inside have been almost done. If there is no accident, the transformation and evolution can be completed tonight. A brand new behemoth is coming soon. However, I won't give too many resources, except for this most primitive one with legendary peak strength. The rest should only be at the level of the 1st level legend. At that level, I don't need too many additional resources. I can build more for transportation and mining tiberium ore. Chen Mo doesn't expect a bunch of legendary beasts right away. Want to breed a few to test the water. See if you can speed up mining tiberium ore. If possible, breed more. After all, the resource input of a Leviathan is more than his billions of parasite legions. Of course, Chen Mo's parasitic body army, almost no cost, a billion army, is also extremely cheap. However, the same resources are limited to the evolution of genes. Much more cost-effective. A lot of money to build Leviathan. To die is to pass CJCE, strange peak. Want to be stronger? Sorry, genetic restriction. If you want to break through the shackles and become very powerful quickly, you need to make a genetic leap and continue to evolve. The stronger the gene, the stronger Chen Mo's parasite army. Relying on the evolution of deduction and moving forward quickly along the path of genetic ascension, this is Chen Mo's basic strategy. Of course, this requires more and more resources. Therefore, corresponding resource acquisition methods are required. Ways Chen Mo has two types. First, the means of warfare. Chen Mo will develop a genetically matched army of powerful parasites. Mainly there are terrifying numbers of swarms, as well as the greenskins who have intelligence and use machinery to think with me, force fields. Second, peaceful means. That is, farming. This part is currently mainly in charge of the mermaid. It's a pity, though, that mermaids only specialize in the ocean. Chen Mo also has a large area of land, accounting for about 40% of the total planetary area. It is a pity that this part cannot be developed efficiently. It would be best if we could get a mermaid-like group. Chen Mo thought. His rough plans for the next period are: use force to sweep the area of the Temple of Heaven. Get federal rewards. Then occupy the planet and operate peacefully. Master, this is the barbecue I made. A pleasant voice made Chen Mo out of his thoughts. He looked back and saw that it was Queen Ash, who was holding a barbecue. Fragrant. Thanks, put it on the table. Chen Mo said. The mermaids held a fire party, and naturally they would not forget his master. The queen carefully grilled a steak and sent it to Chen Mo. Anything else? Seeing that the queen did not intend to leave, but was hesitant, Chen Mo took the initiative to ask. Well, I would like to invite the master to join us in our celebration. I'm not. Everyone wants to meet the master, listen to the master's jade voice, and feel the master's grace, said the queen. At this point, she tried her best to remain calm. But under the light, the reddish face was exposed. It looks a little cute. Okay, you go first, I'll come over later. Chen Mo agreed. He is not a workaholic. It just happened to be a busy day, so relax. But not yet. The queen held back her excitement and walked out. After a while, there was a burst of cheers from outside. Chen Mo, on the other hand, opened the parent star channel with a thought. Your Excellency Chen Mo, congratulations on your star soul shining. This is the reward given by the Federation. A federal worker handed a box with respectful hands. The reward given by the Federation has finally arrived. It was a little slow this time. Is it because of the preparation of the right reward? Chen Mo couldn't help but look forward to it. When you open it, it is an intermediate knowledge acquisition certificate. And a bottle of white potion. This knowledge acquisition certificate is different from what Chen Mo has obtained in the past. The top is blank. Chapter 154,100 Star God's Secret. The Queen's Care, Someone Stealing Chickens. 3 more flowers, please subscribe. Can you finally enter the big library? Chen Mo couldn't help but rejoice when he saw this certificate. No knowledge is written. This description can be filled out by yourself. Self-select advanced knowledge. At the same time, Chen Mo also immediately realized that this should be because the dust settled in the second stage. Otherwise, the rewards issued would not be so loose. Only auxiliary classes. Now it is good luck. The time is just right. Chen Mo can choose freely. This is even more precious than directly rewarding a high-level knowledge. After all, one is active and the other is passive. In the end, the actual use of the hands may be very different. It's just used to choose Requiem, or supporting abilities such as Dark Sky. When entering the next stage, this means of being able to evolve an entire planet will be very useful to Chen Mo. Unlike other newcomers who focus on individual strength, what he is concerned about is the strength of a whole planet. At the same time, this also shows that there is a way to choose the knowledge of the big library. But who has the power to decide? Is there a rule to follow? Chen Mo couldn't help thinking. He had heard very little about blank credentials before in school and on the internet. It's all spread as rumors. Chen Mo, is there a way to obtain this blank certificate from a specific channel? Open the terminal and ask the federal worker. Sorry, you are currently unable to know the relevant information. The staff pondered for a while, then replied with a polite smile. It is clear, she didn't know if it would work or not. Just when Chen Mo saw her pupils turning, she knew she was looking at relevant information. Is it not enough permissions? After all, the strength is still not strong, and many things are poorly understood. Then let me ask another question. Can something like a blank voucher be traded? Chen Mo himself has obtained a blank certificate, so he is naturally qualified to ask this question. This can be considered a disguise, letting the other party reveal whether there is a specific channel to obtain this thing. Yes, but every time a transaction is made, the certificate level will automatically drop by one level. Besides, the Commonwealth does not agree with a step-by-step approach to strength. I won't reveal more. The girl smiled wryly. I begged Chen Mo to stop embarrassing her. Okay, that's fine. Chen Mo closes the terminal. He already got the answer he wanted. Clearly, there is access to specific, knowledgeable knowledge in any large library. But this method, he can't reach this level. Blank vouchers can be traded, but downgrades once per trade, which is too much of a loss. The Federation does not encourage trading at all. Even, they are very opposed to people's planned exchange of knowledge from the big library. Promoting diversity, like species diversity. This is interesting. The rest of the civilizations are eager to mass-produce strong people, but our training method is unique, and we try to avoid homogenization as much as possible. Or is there something hidden? Maybe it has something to do with 100 seats. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking carefully. Could it be because of the position above? There are already similar star gods. If they develop according to the same pattern, will there be any conflict? As a result, the star god cannot be achieved in the end. This question made Chen Mo think for a while. But in the end there was no result. His vision and strength are here. It is too far away from the rule makers of the star soul world. The way of thinking of the two may not be in the same channel at all. Not a good guess. But what the truth is, it doesn't matter to me. I'm definitely not going to crash with any of the celebrities. Speaking of which, maybe this is another reason why I am favored. In short, I am walking on this unique path, and one day, I will become a star god, and there will be me in those 100 seats. Defeat the Temple of Heaven first, lay a solid foundation, and accumulate information. Maybe by then, Terra, like the star soul world, will stand in the void and cannot be seen directly. It's not impossible. Call. Taking a deep breath, Chen Mo suppressed his reverie, put away the voucher, and looked at another item. Evolution Essence. Contains star soul world fragments and world tree components. By using this item, you can get extremely strong vitality, and make the will be temporarily concerned by the star soul world. Forcibly raise a level of experience. There are no side effects. After using it, you can quickly touch the threshold of demigods when your own talent is sufficient. Should be an advanced item of evolution potion. Cough cough. In simple terms, it is the star soul world that helps to open and practice. The effect is outrageous. It is equivalent to a beggar's version of directional blessing. But for Chen Mo, it can only be regarded as a general reward. The power of special individuals, in Chen Mo's case, is far less effective than the overall improvement brought by knowledge. Putting away the potion, Chen Mo went out. Outside, the queen waited eagerly for quite some time. Seeing that Chen Mo was finally done, he hurried up to meet him. For a time, the beach also remembered a cheer. Chen Mo was not used to it for a while. Look around. There are white flowers everywhere. He was surrounded by mermaids and waited beside the fire. After a while of singing and dancing, the queen waited on Chen Mo. While silently observing she couldn't help but flash the unique secret recipe for pleasing the master that the little fox gave her before. Of course, she wasn't so bold. Master, I may have to go back to the ocean planet tomorrow. One is to transform the planet's environment, and the other is to use tiberium ore to see if it can be upgraded quickly. If the upgrade is successful, I can raise the planet's fishery output to a new level, and maybe I am collecting tiberium ore. There can also be breakthroughs. The queen said softly. The owner is very concerned about the income of the planet, and she naturally has to be careful in this regard. How long will the ocean planet be able to reach the level of the top agricultural planet? Chen Mo looked at the queen who was sitting aside and asked. Queen, it will take about a month. My ability is not enough, and this requires a lot of tiberium ore. But please rest assured, Master, during this time, I will still teach a few outstanding daughters, and with their help, the follow-up speed can be much faster. Especially Irene and Ellie, both of them are very talented. I believe that it won't take long for Holy Terra to start transforming at the same time. Speaking of a few daughters, the queen is very pleased. Their talents are not under their own. It will take at least half a month, right? It's been too long. Chen Mo couldn't help shaking his head. Drink this. He took out the evolution essence he had obtained before. Without any hesitation, the queen took the bottle to protect it, gulped it, and drank it all in one gulp. Next moment, she only felt a heat in her abdomen, where the scales glowed slightly. This is the essence of evolution. It contains the special products of the peculiar race, the elves, and the aura of the star soul world. You can easily elevate it to another level. Take advantage of opportunities, Chen Mo said. The queen moaned softly and immediately stood up. Thank you, master. I felt a warm current, and the effect of the medicine was about to spread. Master, I'll take my leave first, and let the two sisters Erin accompany you. I feel that this time may be able to go further. The queen said excitedly. The benefits given by the master are really too great. She wanted to express her gratitude. But for a while, he was very excited, and he had to suppress the power in the body, so the whole body could not help but tremble slightly. It looked like he was standing unsteadily. She needs to go home immediately. It will take up to a minute for the essence to take effect. Go ahead and look forward to your new life, Chen Mo said with a smile. Living organisms evolve and become stronger. It's not an exaggeration to say that you are a freshman. Mother, are you? What's the matter, mother? The Jaihuo party is not over yet. The two sisters were talking and laughing when they saw the queen suddenly stand up. Are curious. I have obtained the essence bestowed by the master. You have to go back to the house and prepare well. Maybe you will be able to advance to the pinnacle of legend. You sisters accompany the master. I'll go first. The queen gave a brief explanation and left immediately, leaving the two sisters stunned. Master, give, what? Erin muttered to herself. Some can't believe it. She has clearly been paying attention to her master, but just now, she was blocked by her mother for a while. Was given a reward. How fast is this? She didn't notice at all. Ellie's eyes widened and she instinctively looked at Chen Mo. Chen Mo. He naturally heard the queen's words, and he couldn't help but have a black line on his face. This rough explanation is perfect. The fire party continues. Hearing the melodious song sung, Chen Mo, who was leaning on the seat, moved with a thought. A voice sounded in his head. The biological mastermind reminded him that evolution was coming to an end. Turning his eyes, Chen Mo came to the fortress. Here, in the darkness, there are strands of faint blue light that are gradually brightening. This is the Röntgen radiation. Also do fission radiation. This can happen with heavy use of uranium ore or the more powerful tellurium ore. This blue light is a dangerous and fascinating light. Now, this light slowly penetrated from the huge insect eggs. There are cracks in which mucus flows out. There is also a strange blue light. The creation this time has an extremely powerful energy level. Because its noumenon is originally the life of the universe. Legendary pinnacle. Come on, just consume one more piece of tellurium ore. Chen Mo carefully assessed. He is ready to wait for the birth of this powerful being. At that time, his parasitic body legion will also have a space arm in the true sense. But at this moment, the voice of the little fox sounded in Chen Mo's mind. Master, I analyzed many newcomers, monitored their actions, and discovered through the miners that Li Long's people were all dispatched, not only him, but also many top-ranked newcomers. They must be doing something big tonight. Through the magic eye tracking investigation, I found that they are all converging on planet 90. I speculate. Someone made a breakthrough, and then united many new people to fully occupy a planet. As long as you occupy a planet and sell it immediately, you can get tens of billions of contribution value. Although this deal is very loss-making, and such a big deal is difficult to achieve in a short period of time, if it is the son of a consortium, there is a great chance. They want to hide the master and steal the first place at the last moment. After finishing speaking, the little fox sent a lot of photos. A large number of magic crystal cannons and demons came out of their nests. Especially a sun in the sky. Incredibly dazzling. At Chapter 155 Li Long's Brilliant Plan. The Giant Leviathan. One more. Planet 90, the entrance. Although it was midnight at this time, it was very lively here. A large number of magic weapons are being released from the space ring. Install everywhere. There are also various defensive weapons, as well as giants equipped with powerful and heavy armor, and countless demons hovering in the sky. However, it can be seen that these are defensive formations. Most of the weapons they took were very powerful, but they were inconvenient to move. Many are simply city defense weapons. There are more powerful races that are swiftly maneuvering, rushing towards the interior of the planet. Led by a legendary demon, like a broken bamboo. When the natives faced the son of the world with a power level, no matter how stubborn their resistance was, they would be ruthlessly torn apart like pieces of paper. Wang Yifeng. It's 12 o'clock in the evening. Hee. I believe that most of the newcomers have already slept, and many people think the overall situation is settled. Li Long. Yeah, after all, they don't have much hope. They might as well get a good night's sleep. Those who haven't slept are also bragging in the newcomer area. It's just right, let them watch my brilliant record. At the last moment, turn the tide. Li Long and Wang Yifeng met at the entrance of Planet 90. The two of you speak, and I speak. Let's go inside the planet together. FK, wait for me. I was setting up sentries along the way, so I came a step late. Suddenly, Lu Fan's voice came to mind. In addition to him, there are more newcomers coming one after another on 757. Especially after receiving the pictures of the scene. More and more people are joining. Li Long gave them confidence. FK, Brother Fan, are you here too? Look ahead, it's Brother Long and young Master Feng. This time the big battle is initiated by Brother Long. What about the legendary demon under Brother Long? Has it entered yet? Unfortunately, I came a step late and didn't see it. What's the hurry? Wait a moment to enter the interior of the planet. The devil must be like the sun in the sky, extremely dazzling. You can see enough if you want to see it. Haha, it's a pity it's not a mermaid, otherwise I would have seen enough. Don't worry, Brother Long said, as long as it goes well this time, the mermaid will be wrapped around him. Hope, well, I have brought all the combat power. Must do it. Besides, this time we are not directly fighting Chen Mo. Yeah, we just have our own plans, and he has no reason to stop us. Not necessarily. Well, what if the other party also sells the planet? You can try. 50 billion transactions, in the middle of the night, you can throw it up and see, does anyone buy it? That is, in my opinion, that's simply not possible. This time, our opponents are only indigenous people. There is no reason to fail. Anyway, we will try our best. As for whether Brother Long can win the planet, that is his own business. Yes, those who can do more work. Let's divide the labor and cooperate, and just do our part. Anyway, in this wave, no matter who comes, I will fight to the death at the entrance. Me too. Add me. Let's unite and cooperate together. Strength can break gold. Ha ha ha. Relax everyone. Chen Mo never imagined that we would do this at the last moment. He thought the victory was in his hands. Maybe he was having a good time with the mermaid, but we had to win. Indeed, Brother Long held back for so long just to wait for this moment. Surprise win. This time must be Chen Mo's most relaxed time. Agree. Our actions are very safe, and even the current preparations are actually superfluous. Right. I'm afraid it wasn't that Chen Mo got up and saw the newcomer area rankings, and his eyes would pop out. Ha ha ha. Looking forward to that scene. What if the other party finds out? Then fight. Who is afraid of whom? We also have a legend. Although there is only one, but it is at the entrance of the passage, can it not even support the time of the transaction? Indeed, occupying one of the planets is our victory. This time, it will be a success. Li Long looked at the more and more newcomers gathered at the door and smiled brightly. Many powerhouses were pulled over and joined his camp one by one. At this moment, he is full of confidence. Good trick, Li Long. I really didn't expect you to secretly win over so many people. On the side, Wang Yifeng looked complicated. Unexpectedly, at the last moment, it was Li Long who turned from defeat into victory. He's always fantasized about being this character. Now it seems that some of them are taken for granted. At the same time, he also realized that he was indeed in a long-term plan, and he was not patient without Li Long. Eyesight is also a little bit different than the contrast. Fortunately, he is also powerful, and Li Long pulled him into this action. Of course, don't think about eating meat, drink some soup at most. Tonight, Li Long is destined to be dazzling, standing in the center of the stage. And he and Chen Mo will both serve as foils. The other party is about to be dubbed the Rookie King. That one-of-a-kind reputation, the attention of various forces, the rewards of the Federation, etc. Wang Yifeng is heartbroken. But on second thought, Chen Mo maintained his advantage for so long and became a clown overnight. Wang Yifeng felt a little better. I didn't win over. I just found out who had real ambitions, refused to accept Chen Mo, and wanted to do something big. Genius is not genius, I think second. This kind of struggle mentality is very important, isn't it? Li Long smiled lightly. Wang Yifeng's eyes made him very useful. This time, it is indeed the right time and place. Of course, first of all, he is very strong. By consuming a lot of resources and giving it a try, I exchanged enough evolutionary potions from the Federation to forcibly support the most talented demon to the legendary level. With this power, he has the capital to win over many newcomers. His high-end strength is sufficient, but it is almost impossible to conquer a planet in a short period of time. But with the addition of these people, all of a sudden, he was able to pull up a high-end team of hundreds of thousands. There are a lot of ninth orders in it. At this time, it is entirely possible to wipe out the entire planet. The world's elite, all for my use. The reward for the first place. Thinking of this, Li Long couldn't help but feel hot inside. The curvature of the corners of the mouth is also upturned. Holy Terra, this little clever ghost Li Long, at the last moment, actually came here. Shameless attack. Chen Mo couldn't help but be astonished. This action of the other party was indeed beyond his expectation. But obviously, the other party does not know how he gathers intelligence here. Not just by himself, relying on the magic eye, miners and biological masterminds, as well as the secretary Little Fox. Here, Chen Mo maintains a very high degree of vigilance at all times. It doesn't matter what state he was in at all. Now, even if he was sound asleep, you can still spot each other's little moves. Where exactly did they go? Chen Mo looked at the Little Fox and asked. At present, I have observed that there are about 100 newcomers participating in it. The number is not large, but most of them have good strength. More importantly, they are large in number, and they all carry weapons. They should be trying to quickly clear the aboriginals inside the planet. The elites headed by the legends have entered the interior of the planet. The most dangerous first settlement is expected at this time. After clearing and strengthening the enemy, we should start a comprehensive purification. This step is also the most time-consuming. Even if we do it, it will take at least half a day. It stands to reason that they can't finish it, but I guess they have a way to massacre, which should be at the cost of destroying the environment. The Little Fox carefully analyzed it. Master, we set off immediately to prevent them from occupying the planet. On the side, the two sisters learned of the situation and asked to fight. Although they don't know how their mothers succeeded, they also want to gain the gift of their masters. Right now, it's an opportunity. The other party has not yet established a defense, and while the legend is inside the planet, they pass by and kill randomly. No one could stop it. It only takes 5 minutes, you can come back and continue to cook for the master. Ellie waved her pink fist and said confidently. Not urgent. Chen Mo smiled and waved his hand. He motioned for Sister Flower to sit beside him. They got up in the middle of the night, so diligent, just give them a chance and let them pay the planet. When the purification is almost complete, it will not be too late for us to pass. Now the strong block, of course, Chen Mo is vigilant and strong. But this is an opportunity to make money for free. Chen Mo has no reason to let it go. After thinking about it, for safety's sake, he ordered again. Send the magic eye to observe from a distance, and at the same time prepare an army of flying dragons, just prepare it in the fortress, which is the closest. It's the master, said the Little Fox. The two sisters sat down obediently. Okay, let's play music, then dance. Chen Mo laughed. At the same time, he sighed in his heart that he thought the second stage was over soon. It's all right. As a result, some people are not reconciled. In the middle of the night, at the last moment, I have to come to boost his performance. His achievements this time are destined to be unprecedented. It is estimated that there will be no later comers. After all, this is no longer what Chen Mo can achieve alone. It is the result of the cooperation of local tyrant families and consortiums. Li Long did have 2 strokes, but his desperate behavior was doomed to failure. Chen Mo has too many cards in his hand. Playing cards with him will make you cry. The other party is still too dependent on the resources behind him. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking. If it develops steadily and steadily, is it not stronger than it is now? Always thinking of relying on the consortium behind him to make small moves. Now even the routine of directly acquiring planets has come. This requires a lot of money. At this moment, he should feel that he is winning, right? Chen Mo stood on the other side's point of view and thought for a moment. It is expected that the opponent will conquer the planet when the game is nearing the end. Then declare sovereignty, trade planets, and 1 dragon. At the last moment, sit on the throne of the first place. But the plan is good. The reality is that Chen Mo has 7 or 8 World 2.4 suns on hand. There are even more legendary beasts that are about to be born. Leviathan. This can cause meteorites to fall from the sky and directly trigger the existence of global earthquakes and tsunamis. To say resist beatings, attack tough. It doesn't get any better than this. Let alone a child of the world blocking the door. Even a row can't stop this behemoth charging up. A thought move. Chen Mo came to the fortress. The dazzling blue light has reached the sky. Roar. Roar. A low roar made the whole ground shake slightly. As if the whole earth had a heartbeat. The behemoth has 3 huge magical hearts. The surging power caused him to tremble just after waking up. Thorn pull. Eggs split. I saw the giant insect eggs more than 20 kilometers high and began to shatter. The broken part did not collapse with a bang. Rather, it melts and hydrolyzes. The whole egg begins to ablate from top to bottom. Turned into a viscous liquid. There have been giant creatures, among them, submerged in liquid. Mucus is absorbed. The monster showed its shape. The first is the back of a hill. Then there's the hideous head. Blue eyes. Metallic claws. The monster took a sharp breath, and the surrounding wind blew wildly. Stand up gently. Boom. With a light sound, the bacterial creep around the claws turned into powder. The giant Leviathan has not yet adapted to its own terrible power. Chapter 156 Unknown Old Age. Supreme Star Soul. This day is getting more and more promising. 2 more. With a burst of dust rising, the giant Leviathan adapted to his body. Compared to activities on the ground, it is more suitable for levitating in the air and using the body's gravitational organs to move. Floating. Like a giant moving mountain. It's bigger than when we knocked it on the head before. On the side, many green skins were shocked. Seeing such a behemoth slowly swimming in the air like a swimming fish, the shocking feeling is difficult to express in words. It's too big after all. If you get close, you can only see a wall moving. This is also the first time they have seen each other. It turns out that this giant beast does not move on all 4s. No wonder it looked so cumbersome when I hit it before. Behemoth. It's still very shocking to look at it so close. Even if you just look at this body shape, you know it's not easy to mess with. Chen Mo looked at the giant beast in front of him and nodded in satisfaction. For cosmic life, body size and combat power are usually positively correlated. Bigger is stronger. At the same time, he is also the first time to see the real movement of Leviathan. Swimming directly in the air, such a huge body, such a counterintuitive and light way of moving. With the dim sky, and whether it is a faint blue light. It looks very weird. Name: Giant Leviathan. Current status: Parasite, legendary peak. Can devour tiberium ore, and most of the rocks, gradually absorb energy and collect metal elements, armed and transform itself. Remarks: This is a parasitic body that has been transformed and evolved through parasitic infection. It has the ability to manipulate gravity and devour rocks and high-energy minerals. It has the ability to grow, and can travel freely between the universe and the planet. Quote: 29 inches gather tiberium ore. Swallow rocks and extract elements directly. These 2 abilities alone are very useful. It is a large mining machine, and its huge size is enough to serve as a space vehicle. It can load hundreds of thousands of green skins at one time. Chen Mo nodded with satisfaction. This Leviathan is very valuable. Both in terms of functionality and combat effectiveness. They are all currently number 1 in the parasite army. Of course, the price is not worth it. Such a giant beast consumes resources very much in its own evolution. Otherwise, there is no such thing as a giant beast destroying an entire planet. In the late stage of growth, the cosmic creatures are the existence that destroys the sky and destroys the earth. Their promotion method is to loot the planet, but it is different from grabbing the star soul world and managing it well. As individual cosmic creatures, there is no such long-term plan. Therefore, if the cosmic slave owners are scolded as locusts, no grass will grow wherever they pass. That cosmic creature is a real devourer. They have passed, let alone grass, the grass will be eaten by you. So cosmic creatures, enemies are not ordinary many. Basically old age is unknown. Few individuals die naturally. Great divine will. The giant beast's head is so huge that if it wants to keep its eyes lower than Chen Mo, it can only keep its whole body on the ground, but it still doesn't work. Chen Mo hurriedly stopped the big guy, lest he continue to sink and bury himself in the soil. The order of honor and inferiority is the rule engraved into the genes. Chen Mo, as the core of the cluster creatures, is naturally a member of the mushroom parasitic infection, and is extremely worshipped. Write him the battle memory, and some things he needs to know. Then take it to outer space to devour meteorites, and test various attack capabilities. Chen Mo ordered casually. Good host. The little fox responded. She will arrange these things well. Planet 90. At this time, many newcomers gathered together. They have entered the interior of the planet, a safe area has been opened up here, and as the battle progresses, a battle command center has been established here. However, the current battle is still mainly elite and complicated, and everyone is still arranging and dividing their own cleaning areas. The entire planet is divided into 300 areas, and each newcomer will be divided into 1 to 2 areas according to different strengths. You can clean up the area yourself. This division method is very reasonable. When the legendary payment is completed, we can directly take action. Everyone does their job. Good or bad, but I feel a little bit of a loss. If I mine this night, I can make a lot of money. I brought all the heavy weapons this time, worth tens of millions. Don't be so special, it's cheap and good, Brother Long didn't do you any favors. That's right. In your respective divided areas, you can loot the materials as you like, and you can take as much as you want, and you will be compensated for your losses in the end. Brother Long takes the first place, we take compensation and looting, a win-win situation. Haha, only the perfect world where Chen Mo loses has been achieved. I said, brothers, don't care too much about gains and losses. This time, the entire planet will be conquered. You will also participate in this great feat, and you will definitely be remembered in history. Yeah, in future games, it is absolutely difficult for such a big scene to appear. Then I have to thank Chen Mo. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have worked so hard. Sure enough, people are forced out. Yeah, his whetstone is very useful, I hope he will continue to shine in the next stage. If we can unite to defeat him once, we can defeat him twice. This time Brother Long won the first place, and he will definitely gain capital that surpasses Chen Mo. No matter how bad it is, it will be the existence of antibodies that can be divided into chambers. With the banner of Brother Long, we will no longer have to be oppressed by Chen Mo. Yeah, it's definitely not a good thing for one family to be big, we all have to look at Chen Mo's face. I put my words here, as long as they can suppress Chen Mo, I support them. Don't get me wrong, I don't support Brother Long without any brains, if he is in the same boat with Chen Mo, I will oppose it. Well said. In the future, we are all comrades fighting side by side with Brother Long. If this scene had happened earlier, Chen Mo would have dared to sell our fake mermaid. Don't say it, as soon as you say it, I will have a shadow. When it was mentioned, many people gritted their teeth, and some people tightened their backs and started to sweat. Fear the DK. Face the Fear brothers. Defeat him. This time, win, let Chen Mo compensate us. 1 person, 1 mermaid. Damn, look at this promising, 1 person compensates 10. Yes, they all have to be the best with golden scales on their abdomens. As long as we can win, it's easy for us, led by Brother Long, to get these compensations. Humph, if he doesn't give it, Brother Long will call the shots for us and go directly to Ocean Planet to get it. Be quiet, here I launch an initiative in advance. Don't sell the mermaid you got. Quote, this creates vicious competition. Originally, mermaids with millions of dollars, you animals, if you rush to sell them, they will be worthless. Chen Mo said he wouldn't sell it, and if it's time to compensate us, or if we get it ourselves, it's all superb. Wouldn't it be fun to play by ourselves? A top 100 rookie expert suggested it. It's okay to sell it. We are a firm alliance, right? Let's form a small group, advance and retreat together, and unify the price. Yes, so we are the Price Alliance. Ha ha ha, wouldn't our alliance have the final say in the newcomer area? Hey, don't tell me, the strength of the hundreds of us united is quite huge. The top 10 soft guys who didn't participate in the action have to look at our faces and act. We will be the strongest force in the entire newcomer area. This is completely different from a joke organization like Chen Mo's observation post. I've already thought about the name, so I'll call it Supreme Star Soul. This name is too big, should it be called Star Soul Nova? This indicates that among us, the Star Soul powerhouse is the first to be born, even Chen Mo must be under our light. Several academic tyrants started to discuss it one after another. As the initiators, they are very interested in this organization. The crowd responded enthusiastically. There won't be any traitors in here, right? Don't worry, this is all selected by Brother Long. If anyone discloses the news to Chen Mo, it will be self-absolute in most of them, and will be self-absorbed from the birthplace of our future powerhouses, Star Sol Nova. Rest assured, we have already entered the interior of the planet at this time, and the planetary passage is so large, it is almost impossible for the other party to enter in a short time. Then when we occupy the entire planet, we can send a message in the newcomer area to celebrate. It's time to make Chen Mo sit up in shock from his dying illness. Let him know about failure in advance. Also experience the feeling of being unable to sleep. Haha, pay attention to this. But now it's banned. You must not reveal the news. Everyone should not chat in the newcomer area, so as not to be too happy and reveal your fault. No, we should continue talking, it can't be abnormal. We were chatting just now, and suddenly stopped talking, then there is a problem. Well, it is safest for us to follow the normal behavior before. Indeed, but in the next stage, Chen Mo should be very strong, and we have to be mentally prepared. Can't say that there is a little advantage, and look down on others. I carefully paid attention to the trading house. Chen Mo did not continue to sell tiberium ore. Quote. Obviously he has mastered the way of mining. At the same time, I noticed 757 that he also transported the corpse of the cosmic beast to the fortress, and then continuously transported resources into it. I detected the energy residue along the way. Quote. It can be said that the parts of the planet that passed along the way were all polluted. He must have shipped a lot of tiberium ore. He's using it himself. The more he spoke, the more solemn his expression became. I heard that life in the universe likes to eat tiberium ore, is it? Haha, even if he transforms the mermaid, he can transform the life of the universe. Then the brains of all beings in the universe have been punched with a big hole. Could it be another brain? It doesn't matter if you come. Didn't you find that Chen Mo's so-called parasites are much weaker than before? Either they rely on strange weapons to increase their damage. He just has an advantage in numbers. Quote. It's also a walking dead. This is wrong, it's a mobile vault. Life in the universe is very valuable, even a corpse is worth a fortune. Chen Mo should be reluctant to take it out, and it is estimated that he is going to sell it. Damn, if you say that, I hope he takes it out. Or, let's give feedback to Brother Long, rearrange the defenses, create a little trap, such as revealing the news to Luo Bing a few minutes in advance. A newcomer who is known as the intellectual multi-star military master suddenly had an idea. Got an idea. Seeing that everyone was puzzled and looked over, he said slowly. Then let Luo Bing inform Chen Mo. At that time, Chen Mo might have made a desperate attempt and directly sent the rough-skinned corpses of cosmic beings to rush through the passage. Will you bring us food then? And there will be a legendary cooperation at that time. Maybe we can take this opportunity to teach Chen Mo a hard lesson. Quote. If it's true, we will at least be divided into millions. FK, I got rich. You're such a goddamn clever little BD. For a time, everyone praised the person who came up with the idea. At the same time cannot help but look forward to it. I hope the legendary demon will hurry up. At that time, when the sun rises, it is time for them to show their might. New day, new hope. There is hope. Today is a good day. Involuntarily, someone hummed a song. Chapter 157 Auction Surprise. New evolution opportunity. 3 more. Holy Terra. After checking his newly released Legion monster, Chen Mo opened his eyes and saw 2 sisters looking at him. Desperately, looking very pitiful. Obviously, they have not left just now. Seeing the master open his eyes, Sister Irene summoned the courage and asked. Master, can we Murlocs contribute in this battle? We, sisters, can do anything. Please leave it to us. Ellie said quickly. They heard in the Star Realm just now that many greenskins and flying dragons received missions. But they mermaids, but not. This made the 2 sisters anxious. Not only them, but many mermaids around them also widened their eyes and looked at Chen Mo. Chen Mo has no doubt that if he says no, their big watery eyes together can make this place directly from the beach to the ocean. Your main task is to engage in production and construction. It's not suitable for you mermaids to fight and kill. And that planet has no oceans and is a relatively desolate rocky planet. Chen Mo said. He is currently positioning the mermaid here, not fighting. Before the mermaid was on the legend, it was all thin skin and tender meat. Seductive is really seductive. Match it with gold jewelry, and 2 beautiful shells as an embellishment. The fantasy charm is directly full. It is the best race of garden planet and agricultural planet. But appearance does not equal combat power. Except for minor races such as angels, the opposite is true for most of them. Otherwise, why would everyone be so crazy about mermaids? It's not that the bottom of the hand is too ugly. Silly big black is the mainstream. High defense and high combat power. When the queen wakes up, you can learn mysterious knowledge from her, which will be of great use to me in the future. Chen Mo ordered again. Okay, follow the master's arrangement. It can be useful. The two sisters burst into laughter. After Chen Mo properly arranged the next plan, he went back to the house. Take a comfortable bath. Ready to sleep. Take a look at the trading platform at your fingertips. The commander's ring he hung up, the auction price has skyrocketed. When I looked at it during the day, it was still 500 million, but now I look at it, it is close to 1 billion. Just as Chen Mo checked, another bid was made. In an instant, the price was directly increased by 30 million. The price comes directly to 1,020 million. Outrageous. Don't you sleep. Chen Mo was pleasantly surprised by this generous sum. The price of 10 million at a time is enough, whereas the local tyrant, and it will go up by 30 million. Sure enough, good things come at a high premium. And the many newcomers are really powerful. They have promoted so many star soul powerhouses to me. These people seem to be very interested in the spoils of the Tianshan temple. Several local tyrants are taking turns bidding. Good. In just a few minutes, it has risen by 50 million. A large number of people have commented below, saying it is crazy. Chen Mo watched for a while, and smiled. This income directly increased his deposit by 30%. Wait until the deal with the Grey Steel Consortium is finalized. It's almost time for the last genetic evolution. Of course, Chen Mo also understands that this kind of unexpected gain can be met but not sought after. In the future, if there are no people from the Tianshan temple to send people's heads, it is difficult to have this kind of income. And the reason why the price is so high this time is because the loot is complete. Complete as if brand new. In fact, on the battlefield, it is difficult to obtain complete equipment. Very few are even usable. Think about it, 2 legends fighting each other, magic cannons and starships, etc. This casual touch, the equipment is half useless. The kind of thing that kills people and directly explodes equipment is bullshit. Basically difficult to achieve, unless it is a sneak attack, or deliberately restraining power, to avoid damaging the enemy's equipment. And usually people who have this kind of thinking are the pit bulls who have been searched by others. On the chaotic battlefield, basically all out, saturated attacks. It is extremely difficult to keep hands. Also for the above reasons. Although the Star Soul World and the Temple of Heaven have been fighting for a long time, there are not many high-level loot in circulation on the market. It can even be said that certain types of equipment are basically unlikely to exist. For example, the space ring. This thing is carried in the hand, and it is most likely to be damaged when fighting. And the Temple of Heaven would rather die than give in. Usually, at the last moment, it will self-destruct. This makes it more difficult for the commander's ring to survive. Of course, that's a good thing for me. The more overwhelming advantage I have at that time, the more likely it is to kill the opponent in seconds, and then get the equipment. Searching for loot is really earning it, it's just the earnings of a battle. Chen Mo was very emotional when he saw the bidding price that continued to rise. At this time, the watch vibrated slightly. A line of prompt pops up directly. The buyer of the Grey Steel Consortium requests a video call with you. Coming. The other party is making an offer. Chen Mo clicks to accept. Dear Mr. Chen Mo, good evening. Sorry, because of time, I have to disturb you at night. The buyer said respectfully. Then straight to the point. Our Grey Steel Consortium is going to buy those items that were previously ordered. Item grades are assessed on the basis of being very complete. Our bid is, the Legion Commander's ring is 500 million, plus 1 intermediate knowledge. The corpse of the Child of the World is 10 million, and the corresponding set of equipment on him is 20 million. In the end, there is the very complete Heavenly Demon Star Shield. Our bid is 500 million, plus an ancient mechanical creation. This creation is rather rare, and we excavated it from a ring-shaped artificial planet. Quote. Of course, it's still the same. If Mr. Chen Mo looks down on our Grey Steel Consortium and is willing to cooperate for a long time, we will also provide research and manufacturing drawings for mechanical creations. Do you think this bid is okay? After the buyer finished speaking, a pair of beautiful eyes stared at Chen Mo. This time the business is huge. Also quite important. Mizan is determined to win. If Chen Mo doesn't agree, then she will have a headache. It turns out that the real name of the magic energy device is called Tianmo Xing. It seems that the Gray Steel Consortium knows a lot about the Temple of Heaven. They have made a complete set of commander equipment. Are they planning to infiltrate or research? And from the ring-shaped artificial planet, it sounds a little familiar. Wait, isn't that the source of the nano armor obtained last time? Chen Mo thought carefully. He did not rush to answer the buyer, but asked, "What type of ancient machinery? Can I look at the data first?" General machinery. Chen Mo's ability at this time can already directly parasitize infection. It can also be parsed through this step. Mass manufacture. No manufacturing drawings are required at all. Of course, he naturally would not disclose this matter to the Gray Steel Consortium. Let the other party think that this is a bargaining chip. Okay, just wait a minute. That intermediate knowledge, I will also send you the information. The buyer immediately smiled sweetly. Sure enough, as Mizan said, this thing hit the other party's liking. If you use general knowledge, it may not be useful. It's just that she wonders why some young people like these old antiques. These ancient machines have a history of at least tens of thousands of years, right? Plasma gun. Origin. One of the loot obtained by the Great Crusade. The winner is Star God Tang Ya, special operator of the Gray Steel Consortium. On an extremely ancient ring-shaped artificial planet, as long as you approach some devices that are suspected to be Jiao Lizao laser signal towers, there will be strange self-disciplined magic energy guards emerging from the ground. They are mass-produced using this energy weapon. Description. This ancient weapon, while reducing the threshold for use on a large scale, also maintains amazing lethality to shields and metal armor. Our scholars analyzed that some ancient scientific and technological knowledge was used. It's hard to imagine that this kind of killing art can be developed on the basis of materialism. The only question is, do they never consider the attack from the conscious level? This may also be the reason for their demise. Nice weapon. After reading the information, Chen Mo gave an evaluation. And this is different from what he got last time. This one reveals more information. It seems that describing this kind of thing is also related to the personal style of the recorder. After checking the machinery, Chen Mo continued to check the knowledge. This one, he felt, should just be an addition. After all, the other party focused on the plasma gun. Ding! The deduction system has detected possible evolution opportunities. With this knowledge and the corpse of the son of the orc world, deduction and evolution can be carried out in a specific environment. A mechanical voice sounded. Chapter 158 Energy Circuit. Self-destruction. The darkness before dawn. One more. A new opportunity for evolution. It still needs the cooperation of new knowledge. This is something that has never happened before. Chen Mo was taken aback. Sure enough, the conditions of evolution are really changing. Without this knowledge, this evolution may never have been triggered. All deductions are based on the most suitable route that can be obtained at the moment. Realistic. From this point of view, the more knowledge I acquire, or the more resources I can control, the more possibilities for deduction and evolution. While the end result won't change, the process is undoubtedly quick and a lot easier. Think of this. Chen Mo no longer hesitated, and looked at the knowledge materials in his hands. Of course, he was still very calm on the surface. It will not show that you are determined to obtain this knowledge. Energy circuit. Intermediate idealism knowledge. Knowledge owner. Outer domain god. Lady Magic Web, dead. Description. Through a strong will, the energy is manipulated to build an energy circuit, so that when necessary, it can quickly recharge and explode a strong blow. Special reminder. After repeated practice, this energy circuit can be solidified into an instinctive memory to achieve the purpose of rapid use. The number of solidified energy circuits is related to one's own will. The more it cures, the easier it is to get out of control. According to the suggestion of the creator of the magic net, there can only be 3 energy circuits below the legend. With the blessing of the star soul, the number is at least 100 times. Lady Weave, Chen Mo said to himself silently. This was the first time he had pronounced the name of a god-level powerhouse. The other party has died. There is no need to worry. It can also be seen from the name of the other party. She created 760-something that didn't exist. Generally speaking, the title of the strong is related to its own authority. And this lady is very unusual. Her title comes from some kind of creation of her own. Magic net. This should be some kind of high-end technique that uses energy and consciousness, and it can even affect many planets. Thinking of this, Chen Mo has a further understanding of the strength of the Gray Steel Consortium. This kind of knowledge cannot be obtained by excavating relics. As for the knowledge of the energy circuit itself, Chen Mo didn't feel anything. For other civilizations, this is definitely a very powerful ability. It's like having your big moves ready in advance. When facing the enemy, release it directly. It smells like a technological weapon. Isn't this energy circuit equivalent to a magazine? Store bullets in advance. Use directly on the field. But energy is intangible, and will is also intangible. It is much harder to do this than with the material itself. But for the Star Soul world, this ability can only be said to be okay. After all, the Star Soul powerhouse itself, unless it is a fighting maniac. Otherwise, there are very few people who play in person. It was also during the newcomer period, out of training or lack of manpower, that the master of Star Soul appeared in person. Similar to the energy circuit knowledge, there is also a dark sky and a large number of magical weapons instead. In short, this knowledge is not of high value to a Star Soul powerhouse. But for Chen Mo, the meaning is extraordinary. CJCE can even be said to be unique and irreplaceable. It can provide evolutionary opportunities. And once evolution is involved, it can strengthen the entire parasite army. In short, for Chen Mo, the benefits are very large. It can be said that Chen Mo may not be willing to change his advanced knowledge at this moment. Big surprise. Chen Mo couldn't help being pleasantly surprised. Mr. Chen Mo, what do you think? At the other end of the video, the buyer of the Gray Steel Consortium was anxious. Watching eagerly. Chen Mo just watched it for so long. It's an answer. On Ms. Anne's side, she was in a hurry to use these equipment. If you can't get these equipment, the infiltration plan will be delayed again. Of course, she still maintained a smile on the surface. Otherwise, I will also send you the manufacturing drawings of the machinery for that reason. It is considered to be a friend. The buyer gave a wink. Unnecessary, Chen Mo said. His face was calm. What? That. The buyer is a little confused. Didn't Ms. Anne speculate that the other party needed all kinds of ancient technologies, especially the design drawings obtained by reverse engineering? This is not right. Without drawings, these devices would be completely impossible to manufacture. Although the structure of the ancient firearm we gave is normal, there are problems with some microscopic energy circuits, and it is very likely that it cannot be used normally. The buyer said quickly. She felt that it was Chen Mo who didn't understand the stakes. Better yet, in order to avoid the other party, if you dig something, you can use it. So what do scholars do? This ancient technological creation can only be regarded as a bonus. Knowledge about the magic net, although the evaluation is medium, but its own value, I believe I don't need to say more. Is this deal really fair? Asked silently. As for business, ask prices all over the sky, and pay back the money on the ground. Not so much, although both things are superb for Chen Mo. Especially what knowledge means to Chen Mo. Even if the Gray Steel Consortium directly haggled the price in half, Chen Mo had to grit his teeth. But they don't know, and the auction of the ring on the trading platform is booming. It gave Chen Mo the confidence. In fact, although he is at an absolute disadvantage, on the surface, he is on the dominant side. Nothing to worry about selling. At this time, the appropriate premium is completely reasonable. I believe the other party also understands this. Well, let's re-estimate the price according to the ring on the trading platform. Based on the current situation, it will probably be a premium of about 20%. How about we add another 500 million to you on the basis of the original? The buyer turned around and bit his lip. The money is not hers, the problem is that performance is linked to her salary. Distressed, thinking of this, she couldn't help but burst into tears. If Chen Mo doesn't agree again, she really can't offer a higher price. 500 million. Plus the original is 1.5 billion, you can directly purchase resources and open up evolution opportunities. Thinking of this, Chen Mo nodded slowly. He originally planned to accumulate resources, devour the genes of the children of the world, and look for evolutionary opportunities. This time, the Gray Consortium helped him pay for it. Also gave him a super double evolution spree. Looking at the girl in the video, Chen Mo couldn't help but feel cute. It's a good company. Then it's settled. I'll transfer the money immediately. Things are delivered immediately. Happy cooperation. The buyer immediately breathed a sigh of relief. He quickly said the matter, then transferred the money, and dispatched personnel at the same time. In a few minutes. Ding. The deduction evolution system detects that the knowledge has been acquired and meets the conditions, whether to deduce the evolution immediately. Start evolving. The evolution location is chosen on the fortress, just in time for the actual combat test with the Leviathan. Chen Mo immediately gave the order. It's definitely about the evolution of the cellular aspect of. Could it be to gather energy circuits and then detonate them? It would be great if you could evolve similar cells. My attacking ability will be improved to a higher level. And in this way, spreading pollution to the planet is one of the fastest means. Chen Mo speculated that this time combined with the evolution of knowledge, the result made him very much looking forward to it. At this time, it was already late at night. Chen Mo, who was about to sleep, immediately put on his clothes again. Witness this evolution. Every evolution is a small step towards genetic ascension. At this time, Planet 90 was in full swing. A large number of new people were integrated and assigned to each area. At the same time, for the entrance of various planets on Chen Mo's side. Also sent spies. Li Long is very cautious. The closer you get to success, the less you can take it lightly. Wang Yifeng also cheered up and decided to ask the military advisor to help him make plans. Win at least once. Give it your all. Don't worry, our different types of spies have entered through the entrance of the planet in different time periods, and Chen Mo will never notice it. Hey, he wouldn't have thought that we were truly united. Huh, why in the middle of the night? Chen Mo is still transporting tiberium ore to Planet 14. I really want to go up and rob. Hold on. If you can't bear it, you will make a big plan, let him shy. This is the darkness before dawn, just wait for the light. Everyone agreed and nodded. As everyone knows, Chen Mo didn't care about the situation on their side at all. They have been arranged to the little fox. At this time, Chen Mo's eyes were focused on the fortress. Chapter 159 Star Core. Tiberium Wreck. Excited big library scholar 2 more. Roar. A low growl. The entire cloud layer spread directly, and a huge hole was blown out. A hideous head protruded from the clouds. Leviathan has completed the test. At this time, he was returning from outside the planet, clutching a meteorite. It can counteract gravity by itself, but not meteorites. It struggled to hold on to the meteorite, which was twice the size of his body. Especially after this meteorite approached the fortress, it was captured by the fortress. Huge gravitational attraction. The greater the mass, the greater the gravitational force. The bastion itself, without any action, is a very strong threat. Just getting close to other planets can trigger tsunamis, flash floods, and volcanic eruptions of tens of thousands of meters. If you continue to approach, you can even directly use strong gravity to pull out the fragile plates and continents inside the planet. With a thought, Chen Mo manipulated the huge tentacles and rolled the entire meteor into the interior of the planet. Thanks to the great divine will. Seeing the master take the initiative to help, Leviathan was excited. Get down immediately. But it is too huge, and even so, it has only changed from a towering mountain to a low-lying mountain. Even because it was too close, he could not observe the magic eye under the eyelid. Get up, and I'll allow you not to kneel and salute in the future. Chen Mo ordered. He himself didn't care about that. Nor is it required to do so. But the goblins themselves have such a culture. Use kneeling to show loyalty and surrender. And Chen Mo's original parasite army began to evolve from this. So there are some of those marks. Inside the parasite core, there is such a culture. Of course, these are all from the heart of the individual parasite legion. They worship and respect Chen Mo, the divine will, the core of the entire group of creatures. It can even be said that it has reached the point of no-brain worship. According to the belief of civilization, there are many mad believers. Especially the existence of the astral world, this kind of creation that is almost separated from matter, made them even more convinced. What's so special about this meteorite? Chen Mo asked curiously. He didn't ask the other party to carry the meteorite back. Generally, when the material is lacking, the little fox will arrange the tentacles to dry. And generally rocks, not rich in minerals, just increase the quality of the fortress. It is not meaningful. After all, Chen Mo's exclusive race has not evolved the ability to directly devour matter and convert it into energy. If the phagocytosis gene strength reaches this step, then the infinite expansion mode can be started. At that time, there will be little difference between ordinary meteorites and meteorites full of minerals. Return to the great divine will. When I tested my physical performance outside, I felt that the taste of this meteorite was surprisingly good. I can't tell why, but I always feel that it is different from other meteorites, so I brought it back and checked it out. Because it tastes better. Chen Mo looked strange. Is this a foodie detector? It should be an instinctive response of Leviathan's body. Similar to the culture inherited by the green skin, this should also be some kind of inherited imprint of the universe creatures. There should be something good in a meteorite that would be good for Leviathan, like tiberium wreckage. Tiberium itself does not exist outside the planet. They are like living things. It is a crystal that grows. It also requires a special environment to form. So Chen Mo will only think. Inside are the remains that could have formed tiberium. It can also be thought of as a seed. Plant a seed, and if you are lucky, you can grow a planet of tiberium ore. Of course, the uncontrollable growth of tiberium ore is extremely terrifying radiation mutation pollution. That planet is over, too. Usually, doing so is thankless. After all, a planet itself sells for around 50 billion, and it can continue to produce and create value. But the star soul world has a lot of planets, and some planets are really difficult to develop, and they will be consumed at one time like this. Someone specially purchased tiberium seeds, and after a certain degree of transformation, planted the planet inside. This is the original source of the star core. This pure version of the star core, the price is quite high. And it's not cheap to use. A planet with at least a low energy level needs to be prepared. And nearly 10 years. Of course, once the breeding is successful, the benefits are enormous. It is a high yield, high investment industry. Generally, big forces and consortiums only have the human and material resources to make such a big deal. If you are lucky, you can even breed the best red form of tiberium ore. Of course, how to mine ore on this planet is another big trouble. After all, not everyone has cosmic life. Look at the meteorite with a diameter of nearly 40 kilometers. There is nothing unusual on the outside. If there is any special place, it should be inside. No need to cut. The magic eye's perception and detection ability is very strong at such a close distance. Careful detection revealed that the interior of the meteorite does indeed contain extremely strong radioactivity. But not a fission element. At this point, Chen Mo couldn't help feeling overjoyed. One step closer to his guess. Fortunately, I didn't cut it directly. If there is really wreckage, a beam knife goes down, and you have to cry. Keep exploring. Great divine will. This energy fluctuation is as high as 99% similar to tiberium ore. Almost certainly something similar. There are technical tyrants coming over with various equipment to check. Finally made an affirmative answer. As for why there is still 1% different, they can't explain it. Only by thoroughly cutting the meteorite can you get the answer. Master, I searched on the trading platform, and many big consortiums are collecting tiberium wreckage, and the price ranges from 1 billion to 20 billion. The little fox said softly. As the master's secretary, she should take the initiative to serve at any time. Provide the most intimate information. The price has risen a lot from a year ago, but then again, the prices of high-energy ores have been rising recently. After destroying the Temple of Heaven, the price will drop. However, the price difference between good wrecks and bad ones is really huge. What is the quality of the inside of this meteorite? Chen Mo's thoughts moved, and a large number of green skins began to move. They took a lot of cutting tools and began to peel the ore layer by layer. It's like opening a stone to take a treasure. Until the last moment, you don't know the value. Maybe a surprise. It may also be a stinky reserve price. Very exciting. But no matter what the result is, Chen Mo readily accepts it. After all, this is purely, true, windfall from heaven. At the same time, Chen Mo made a move and arranged a hatching plan for 100 Leviathan. They are all low profile, and it only takes about 1 million for a fake. Of course, the combat power is also very low. But it doesn't matter. What Chen Mo needs is that they carry the magic eye and go around the meteorite belt outside. As long as another similar meteorite is found, Chen Mo will earn blood. Even if he didn't find out, he would have wanted more Leviathan to work. In short, absolutely no loss. At the same time, this unexpected discovery also made Chen Mo understand the reason for the existence of life in the universe. Lots of food. That lizard dragon mother should have discovered something before laying eggs in this star field. When it grows to its level, it should be able to clearly detect the existence of tiberium ore. Point 0. Wait until the meteorite is peeled off step by step. Chen Mo sees some traces that are at least billions of years old. I couldn't help but think of the hypothesis circulated among scholars in the star soul world, Tiberium ore is the wreckage of some kind of life. Now that he saw some evidence with his own eyes, he couldn't help but believe it. Is it really the remains of some kind of silicon-based life form? What kind of battle is that, to be able to beat the opponent to the extent that the entire universe is? Unimaginable. Chen Mo shook his head. These were too grand and distant for him. It's not something he needs to care about. On the contrary, scholars, who specialize in art, like to get to the bottom of things. Think of this. Chen Mo casually contacted the friend he added last time, the scholar Lilia from the big library. The other party must be very interested in this meteorite. Of course, the stuff inside is naturally Chen Mo's. He didn't plan to sell it. Just sell the meteorite to the big library. Yes, this meteorite, which was originally worthless, could also be sold for a lot of money because of some ancient traces inside. Stop. The soul of the stars is above. Stop your reckless behavior. This meteorite, let me deconstruct. Lilia jumped in the video anxiously. The extremely calm and rational woman with glasses actually showed a violent side. I'll do it for you for free. I'm a professional. Lilia said again. Okay, but after a long time, I am afraid that due to environmental reasons, the interior will change. Chen Mo said. Don't worry, okay, give me 3 hours to prepare, and I'll come over immediately. If there is any research clue, I can share it with you and pay the corresponding research fee. I believe there will be good results. After all, your luck is really intriguing. Lilia raised her eyes and said. Can. Chen Mo nodded and agreed. Professionals take care of it, and he is more at ease. Moreover, prostituting a scholar from a large library, and a strong star soul, is not a loss at all. At the same time, Chen Mo is also looking forward to it. There may be a surprise inside. At Chapter 160, the cosmic beast Leviathan strikes. Auction planet. 3 more. Because the big library scholar Lilia still has hours to come. Chen Mo began to observe the corpse that devoured the sun of the world. But after a while, it was boring. Turning his eyes, he looked at the seductive queen, who was still sleeping. Can't move. When she wakes up again, she should get a change. With any luck, more knowledge. Maybe you can gain the knowledge to advance to the demigod. Chen Mo thought. After observing for a while, he suddenly realized that he had nothing to do. The people under him are very self-conscious, hardworking, and 100% loyal. When he had something to do as a secretary, he had nothing to do. Wish. It can be said without hesitation that half of it has been achieved. Just go to sleep and recharge your batteries. As for things on Planet 90, don't worry about Chen Mo. Leviathan is ready. After the deduction and prediction of the biological mastermind, it was found that the probability of Leviathan entering the planet and successfully capturing the fruit of victory was infinitely close to 100%. Of course, if there is an accident, Chen Mo can't change even if he is awake. That was definitely a huge change. Like a planet exploding in situ. Game suspended. Conversely, as long as the planet doesn't explode, that planet will belong to Chen Mo. So Chen Mo is very relaxed. Planet 190. Energy level. Low energy level planet, 1.0 level civilization. Information. It belongs to the rocky Gobi planet. It has a dry environment, a large area of land environment, and the environment is relatively harsh. It has more metal ores and a small amount of magic crystal ores. Before closing his eyes, Chen Mo recalled the information about this planet again. Not much development value. Wang Yifeng and others chose this planet. It's also just because this planet has a single landform, and its civilization is not strong. Can be quickly attacked. To Chen Mo, the planet is basically worthless. But if you get a star core, it may also turn waste into treasure. Look at what's in the meteorite and make a decision. Hopefully a larger number of tiberium remains. Whether you sell it or use it yourself, it's very good. Chen Mo thought so and closed his eyes. Time flies, and soon, there is no new person at the entrance of Planet 90. In addition to the densely packed magic crystal cannons, there are some boring soldiers in the sky. Very quiet, because at this moment, all the newcomers have been assigned to their own sweeping area. The battle has entered its second phase. Ha ha ha, there's still an hour at most, I'll definitely clean up here. Brothers, help me, I have several underground shelters here, it's hard to do, a few will burrow into the ground. Brother Long, I need some more magic gas bombs here. Li Long. Everyone has paid attention to it. If you need to call, you are welcome. I will arrange it here. Don't delay the time. Before dawn, you must get it done. If anyone doesn't get it done, it will take off my hind legs, and it will also leave the brothers in the way of making money. Don't blame me for turning my face and being ruthless, no one can protect you. Of course, you must be careful, don't let one resist. Kill them all. Live and talk, don't leave one. Brother Long, don't worry. The brothers are all people on the newcomer list. If you put them in various places, even if you can't say that they are geniuses, they are also outstanding people. You can't handle this kind of thing, and you don't have the face to go out and meet people. That's right. This time it will be perfect. We should have at most 3 hours before we can complete the complete purification work. I think 2 hours is enough. In short, don't let Chen Mo see the sun tomorrow. Haha, this is an exaggeration. Letting the other party see the sun tomorrow, it will also feel dark in front of him. Cough cough. After being slaughtered by the legend, there are still so many indigenous people who survived, purifying the entire planet. It is really difficult, so many of us are dispatched with all our strength, and we have also purchased a large number of lethal weapons. It takes so long. Yeah, it's too difficult to clean up a planet, but I heard that there are big moves such as Requiem. As long as the recharge is completed, you can instantly kill the natives of an entire planet, directly to a super purification, and their consciousness will be scattered. Already. I really want to see this weapon. Haha, doesn't Chen Mo have something similar? Otherwise how could he occupy a planet so quickly? He has a lot of people, and he plows the ground directly, and there is no essential difference between our method and the method. Damn, it's outrageous, he's faster than a group of us. Morning, wouldn't it be better? We're going to win him this time. Yes, winning the week by the week doesn't make us more united and powerful. Activate effect. Occupy Planet 90, the face slap effect is doubled. Come on, I can't wait to see Chen Mo's furious expression. Who is responsible for contacting Luo Bing? You have to find someone who can speak well, and you can't lose your momentum. Yes, it's almost time to reveal the news, and I'm almost done with cleaning up here. Hurry up and bring Chen Mo here. Operation Fishing, start. Soon the Federation should be reminded of the fact that the occupation is over. At this moment, the crowd was very excited. In the small group, there is a heated discussion. Things have gotten to this point, and victory is at hand. Everyone believed that they basically won. Even if Chen Mo found out, it was too late to mobilize the army. And they have arrangements along the way. Delay time. All kinds of magic weapons are also city defense brands, and they are all sold to them by Chen Mo. This time, Chen Mo's foot was smashed. Don't worry, everyone, perform their duties. I will broadcast all kinds of live broadcasts when the time comes, just in the newcomer area. Everyone can see. At this moment, Li Long sits in the command center and issues orders. There are 200 or 300 new recruits for him to dispatch. This feeling is really cool. It's a pity that there are not many situations like this. This time, it took a huge cost to unite these people. They also have a common enemy, and it will be difficult in the future. But maybe, as long as we seize the opportunity this time, we will have a foundation for cooperation, and we may be able to form a powerful force. And if I take the first place, I have a 2-year tax-free allowance. Even if you only sell fish, you can earn 10% more than others. At that time, gradually accumulate advantages and rise up. Li Long's eyes flashed. Isn't this 100 times better than the joke post that Wang Yifeng initiated? Just let me contact Luo Bing. Wang Yifeng said actively. He didn't want to be in the limelight. But when she thought of eating at Luo Bing's place before, this woman didn't care about herself. She just knelt down and licked Chen Mo, and she got angry when she thought about it. Of course, he will not be like a villain. Just say it casually. Let everyone know that these local tyrants, since they are said to be consortiums, then naturally there are means that only consortiums can afford. Since Chen Mo works alone, he must take the risk of going it alone. The 50 billion transactions. Big deal. Chen Mo can't do it. Neither can Luo Bing. Only a big consortium would dare to spend so much money for a ranking. Then there is less wind, please. Li Long smiled lightly. While preparing to contact Luo Bing, on the other hand, he announced the news directly in the newcomer area. Of course, this is not enough. There must be another planet auction. To play big. Auction of Rocky Planet number 90 in 10 minutes. Auction time, 10 seconds. Starting price, 50 billion. Auctioneer, Li Long. For a time, all the people who had not slept and waited for the result were bombed and jumped up from the bed. FK, sell the planet. Play so big. High 50 billion. That's nearly 10 billion more than Chen Mo. Once sold, the first place will be replaced directly. Li Long. The ability to activate banknotes. Brother Long is awesome. Should the Mothers Consortium be so shameless? What's wrong with the civilians taking the first place? It's not just for the 10% tax exemption. 2 years of tax exemption. How much is the loss in this transaction? He also got it back. What is Chen Mo doing? He hasn't dispatched the army yet. Morning. You can tell by looking at the time. Just to play. Alas, 10 minutes is not enough time to get up. Damn, so sinister. Ha ha ha. A group of forest dogs upstairs. Chen Mo won a penny for you. It's not a good thing. Anyway, I don't care who wins. I just want to know, can I buy a mermaid later? If I can, I will support Chen Mo. If I can't, I will not support it. Good guy. This year's newcomer area is so big. Yeah, it's scary. Haha, I want to be in a war zone with that Chen Mo. I'm very interested in this little guy. Come on, at the last moment, people will explode, and that's it, facing the temple of heaven. With this kind of character, I'm afraid that if you die quickly, a genius, you have to survive. The upstairs criticized it angrily. Why didn't you just hang around for 2 more years, relying on the old to sell the old? Hey, I have special Chen Mo to get the first news. Of the news, I am writing, preparing for the relationship of the past interview, you tell me the first last minute to change people. A full 10,000 words. I cried. My condolences upstairs, or you should interview Li Long right now, it should be too late. Brother Long just has time here. The reporters who are coming, hurry up and interview the first place in advance. Because of the direct access to the trading platform, many elderly people are also attracted. And at this time, it has reached the final settlement stage of the second stage. Many people from the outside world have also begun to pay attention to the situation here. Therefore, contrary to everyone's expectations, the newcomer area has exploded again. It's not that people are newly sparked, but a lot of people are pouring in. Among them, there are even many star soul powerhouses. There are also well-known beauty reporters who have to interview the first place in advance. On the other side, Luo Bing, who received Wang Yifeng's message, directly fried his hair. HMPH, why should I contact you? It's none of my business. She said with a sneer. Luo Bing is not stupid. At present, only she can directly make the Chen Mo watch vibrate. This may remind Chen Mo. But the problem is, this is equivalent to being a spearman for Wang Yifeng and others. At that time, Chen Mo's trap, wouldn't it become a joke? But if you don't say 2.4, it won't work. Mind transfer. On the surface, she reprimanded Wang Yifeng and said that it was none of her business. On the other side, as soon as you hang up the communication, contact Chen Mo immediately. Hurry up. Come on, Chen Mo, why didn't you pick up? Everyone is about to sell the planet, and you are still sleeping. Get up now. Chen Mo is as slow as ever. Luo Bing was so anxious that she could not wait to jump directly onto Chen Mo's bed and pick him up. What Luo Bing didn't know was, although Chen Mo is slow, he hasn't got up to pick up the video yet. But his men are not slow. It can even be said that it is accurate to milliseconds. Leviathan has begun to accelerate. At this time the second stage is almost over, and the channel has been expanded to the maximum. It goes through easily. Then start accelerating. As it accelerates, breaking the sound barrier. Double the speed of sound. Twice the speed of sound. 10 times the speed of sound. The whole atmosphere was shaken, and there was a roar. In the area he had not yet reached, the ground cracked due to the strong pressure. It is more arrogant than the meteorite that the child of the world turned into before. This time, it was a real meteorite. A meteorite, powered by 3 fell hearts and a gravitational core. 20 kilometers long and 2 kilometers wide. A full blow is enough to destroy the natives of an entire planet. Cause a cataclysm, of an entire planet. Cause a cataclysm, of an entire planet. Cause a